Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Happy Friday, and welcome in to episode. What episode? This is like 61 or something of
Really?
Sunny Sit Down, which is pretty crazy.
Wow.
Pretty crazy. So exciting, though. But we're here to talk all things Disney hot takes. If you're just hopping in, be sure to like this stream. If you're new to us, consider subscribing to us and our guests, who we'll see here very, very shortly. But we're excited to talk all things Disney hot takes. Now, the thing about Disney hot takes here is we like I was telling Austin, but I think that it was actually more than 60. I think it's around 80 different like hot takes were given, which we could be here all day with 80. So we're gonna have to break it up and do 2 different parts. So if your hot take isn't mentioned here today, it will get mentioned on the next one. But we got 32 hot takes. It will. 32 hot takes here tonight, but then all the other ones will be in a separate live as well. So we'll just keep the hot takes going. But like I said, be sure to like the stream, hang out here with us, and participate here down below. We're so excited. And we have some guests here. Right now, we got one guest waiting back there. There will be 2 guests, but we got one. And as Austin said, who's back there right now? We got more. I'm just going to pull him in because look, we have a bonus. Surprise, a bonus.
Now we have 2.
Yeah.
You texted and said that the lives wait for no one, which was so funny. Yeah. So here we are with Austin holding down the fort. Austin, how are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're good.
Very good.
We're excited to have you here. I feel like that you're like one of the perfect people, in my opinion, to talk Disney hot takes, because I think that you have some, and you also just like don't care to be like, that's a crazy take.
Yeah. I have no sympathy for the hot takes. So
right. Yes. And to be honest, there's some crazy ones in here, like absolutely crazy, and I'm excited to get into them.
I'm excited to see.
Yeah, some of you just have crazy takes, and I love it because it makes for great brackets here. It's so fun. So we'll leave all of their links. Obviously, Caitlin is not here, but she will be. So Caitlin Austin's Instagrams, and then Caitlin's YouTube channel, which just hit 10K not too long ago, which is so exciting. So congrats to Caitlin. Everyone, like
give her some love.
Yes.
Show her some hearts.
Yeah, down below. And then when she comes here, we can give her love as well. Yeah. So we'll welcome everyone who's here, and then we'll get this thing going. We got Queen Sammy is here, which I love these emojis.
Yeah, that's
so fun.
Cool.
Corey is here and says that the comment section is about to be electric. I feel like it will be. I feel like it's going to be crazy. T-Squiggle's here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Alyssa is here with no Ben. She's riding solo because he's at the Rangers versus Boston home opener. Nice. So fun. We got Brianna here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. McKenna is here. Her and Courtney are here, which is so fun.
How is Courtney there? Are they together?
I don't know. Maybe this is news to me, but we're going to see McKenna later, which is so fun. McKenna.
No, we need to clarify this.
We have to clarify.
Are you here, McKenna, already?
Or she's on the flight. I have no idea.
How is
her flight lands at 11:30.
How is Courtney on the same flight as her?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, she'll let us know.
Courtney, her
mom. That's what I thought. I was just about to say,
like it's Courtney, other Courtney.
Because I'm pretty sure that Courtney's going with you, or is she not? I forget. There's something with Courtney, our friend Courtney. Corey loves my zip up. Thanks, Corey. Appreciate it. Kennedy's here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Cassandra is here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. And do not be sorry that you missed the last one. That's totally okay. Sorcerer Maddie's here. Welcome. Becca's here as well. Corey was there when you bought that hat. Is that what he's talking about, Austin?
True story.
True story. Brianna is also here. She's ready. She submitted a hot take, as did Corey, which is exciting and so fun.
Maybe they don't want to expose themselves.
Well, I'm not going to say which one is there. One of theirs isn't in this one, but is in the second one. Sabrina's here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Favorite people. Oh, that's so nice. We love you. I also she didn't drag the lunchbox tart because there's a new one that came out, right? The like alien one.
I saw that. Yeah,
it looks cute.
Yeah, it does.
Butterfly's here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Kay is here. Oh, look, it's in the YouTube emojis. It's pretty funky. Baby's first live. Oh my goodness. Welcome. Thanks for being here. So fun. Annie's here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. The wife and I are ready for the hot takes. We hope that you are. We got some good ones here today. And Magical Castle is here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. And he's repping the tea. What a tea. Perfect. Custom order for a friend. So, shall we just get into this? Because I feel like that everybody wants to know. So we're going to get into it. If you're new to the lives and you've never been, like I said, be sure to like it. If you're just kind of popping in, we do this. Well, I guess this is our last one for this month. We went live every Friday this month.
I'm not April. What month
all
are
of
we in?
March,
March.
which is so exciting. But all of you in the chat will get a vote. Myself, Heidi Awesome will get a vote, and then Caitlin will once she's here. But you'll all get a vote. You can pick either side. I'll pull them up. The bracket is random order. Everything is just like auto-populated in. And then we'll see which one's the winner on either side to go head to head.
And maybe we should give like a clarification on what we're talking about.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
talking
So
about
Disney Hot Takes is something that someone submitted that the general consensus would think is a pretty crazy take, is usually what a hot take is. Some of them I would say are more mild. Others are very spicy. Like some of them are like, wow, kind of blasphemy.
Essentially, you're kind of voting for the one that is like the most
The hottest take.
Well, the
okay.
statement.
Right.
Like I'm talking about someone if they've never heard of what a hot take is. Like some people might not know. So the one that's like the most incorrect to you, or the most like that you're like, what? That's just crazy. That's what we're voting for.
Yeah.
Just so we're all.
Does that make sense, Austin, to you?
Yep. You got it.
Yeah, Austin gets it.
Austin gets it. I know
they talked about it on the podcast.
They did on their podcast.
They get it.
We also got Isabel's here and Reb is here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Maddie is here. McKenna's got the Dynaland shirt on. Steve is here. Welcome. La is here. And Corey wants to know where's Caitlin, as fantastic as you are.
She had book club and she is on her way home.
She's overbooked.
So she'll be here.
Busy girl.
And hot take, Diet Coke is bad, yes, which you would think is crazy.
Yes.
So we'll get this thing going. For those, again, who are new, this is like a very high production
value
thing. So here we go. Oh my goodness. So we're going to do a bracket battle. So again, you'll all get a vote and we'll get a vote. And our first matchup is Dole Whip and Dole Whip floats are so gross versus Haunted Mansion is the worst ride at Magic Kingdom. I think that these are like, I don't know.
Pretty
again,
equal, I feel.
Pretty interesting takes here. Does anybody have any initial thoughts? I think that both of these are incorrect, in my opinion.
They're very incorrect, both of them.
See, so awesome. We're starting off with good ones here. This is what you can expect, is this level of hot takes.
I think Haunted Mansion is the hotter of the takes.
I agree.
I mean, I get that if some people don't like Dole Whip, like maybe you just don't like that kind of like flavoring or whatever, right? So, but Haunted Mansion is definitely not the worst ride at Magic Kingdom.
No, I think I don't agree with either of these, but I do think that if you're thinking of snacks, like if I had to think of if someone would say that a Dole Whip is gross, like I could understand that maybe you just like don't like that, but like Haunted Mansion is one of the like highest regarded like of the Disney World rides. It's like it's on so much merch, people love it, it's so iconic. So I feel like to say that it's the worst when you have stuff like I don't know, like Carousel Progress and like
you can't go.
I'm going
with Carousel Progress.
I don't know what it's the first thing that came to my head. Even like the carpets of Aladdin, like that's worse than Haunted Mansion.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So again, I don't want to say that people's opinions are wrong, but to me, Haunted Mansion being the worst ride is.
Brianna and Corey are having a hard time here. They were. I don't think they were listening.
Oh.
Brandon just explained how to vote.
We did have an explanation.
Here, wait.
You might need to hit rewind.
We'll let Austin explain to Brianna because we explained.
Yeah,
it's the hottest take. Not if we agree or disagree with. Like, not if you would say that, but it's just based on what's the hottest take.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I also wanted to say some people submitted the same take or the opposite take, and I just picked what was the hotter take, if that makes sense. So someone like did submit that Haunted Mansion is the best ride at Disney World, but I think that this was hotter, saying that it's the worst at Magic Kingdom. Because I could see how someone could think it's the best. So that's kind of what came into play here as well. So some are mixed, some are the opposite, which I'll explain later once we get to one specific one. But what's your vote?
My vote is the hotter take is I agree with the Haunted Mansion, because I was saying that like earlier I saw this one and I don't really love like Dole Whip floats. So like I can see where like if it's a melty situation where you might not enjoy it as much. So I'm going to vote for Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. I also love, so I'm just laughing at these initial comments, which is so funny. Riley's here as well. Welcome, thanks for being here. And then Anna is here as well. Yeah, everybody's loving the production. Thanks. And then everybody is just like, wow, strong start. Corey saying this is going to be a long night. I would agree.
Yeah.
Some of these, they're
Mhm.
just going to get crazier, to be
Well,
honest.
and I feel like you have to kind of like sometimes too, it's like because if it's the hot take and you're going the opposite, you have to like check
Right.
yourself. You're like,
Yeah.
what am I
Yeah.
talking about?
I think that of all the lives like we've ever done, I feel like I want to
Straight.
try the most to be like not like what's the right word? Like I
Biased?
want yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
What did Austin say? I
Like
couldn't hear
I
him.
want to take my personal bias out of
Oh,
it and actually try to vote.
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So here we go. Cassandra is voting for Haunted Mansion. Corey just saying these are both incorrect. Let's see. Where are we at here? Kennedy says Haunted Mansion is more incorrect. Kay also votes Haunted Mansion. Butterfly votes for Dole Whip. Queen Sammy votes for Haunted Mansion. Riley votes for Dole Whips. Oh my goodness. Maddie votes for Haunted Mansion. So does Becca. Kelsey votes for Dole Whip. Steve, I guess, will be voting for Haunted Mansion. We got Alyssa also voting for Haunted Mansion. Brianna's asking if I can clarify how to vote, which is just so funny. Sabrina votes for Dole Whip. Annie votes for Haunted Mansion. La votes for Haunted Mansion. Are we voting for the hotter take? Correct. Yes. Brianna says the Haunted Mansion take is wild, so that's her vote. Corey says, are we voting what we agree with? Or what is the hotter take? T Squiggle votes for Haunted Mansion. This is my wife's take on Haunted Mansion. There you go. We're finishing our Chili's dinner. It's fair.
We're just messing around.
We're just messing. Sorcerer Maddie says Haunted Mansion has the hotter take. Yes. So sorry about the
Yeah, I was like, whoa, you're like really
I'm pretty sure that
it.
it's on this bracket or it's on the other one, but Carousel of
Usually
Progress
I'm the
is on here.
Carousel of Progress.
Corey says the hottest take is easily Haunted Mansion. Llama Floof says Haunted Mansion, welcome. This might be a hot take on its own, but Jungle Cruise is the worst at Magic Kingdom.
Whoa.
Ooh, Brianna's locked in now. Haunted Mansion's the hotter take. Law agrees. Anna and Elaine as well. Brianna says hottest take for Haunted Mansion. Isabel votes Haunted Mansion. Reb votes Haunted Mansion. So Haunted Mansion, in this case, is our winner, which again, for those who are just hopping in, or we're eating Chili's dinner, or weren't sure what's going on, the hotter take. So which you think is the most incorrect of the two statements?
Which is the crazier statement?
And you can vote personally or just like
whatever you feel.
Whatever way that you want. So here we
Brianna
go.
Feels like she's being called out.
No, we love
you. It's not for you.
We love you, buddy. Come on. So Haunted Mansion.
We're gonna have to explain it to Caitlin when she
comes. Lion King is the most overrated Disney movie versus Harmonious is the best nighttime spectacular ever.
Harmonious. That's hotter. That's so hot.
Oh, this
not a chance.
I know.
Really?
Well, yeah. Happily
like
this,
whether you like Phantasmic more or Happily Ever After or any like it's not Harmonious.
Yeah. And there were a few Harmonious takes, and then I kind of melded them in together that this was the one. Yeah. I will say that Lion King being the most overrated, I think is a hot take because it's probably very highly regarded in most people's top as like a really good movie.
Yeah, but I don't think it's overrated because I don't think that people I think overrated movies are like the newer ones. Like people would probably say like Frozen's overrated and certain ones that get a lot of attention.
But I'm saying to say that's overrated is a hot take.
Oh yeah. See, I'm forgetting like what the words are.
But I would agree with Austin. I love Harmonious, but I don't think it's better than Phantasmic. So I feel like though.
Okay, so yeah.
It's like Harmonious. I'm kind of looking though, like, could I see why someone would say that? Yes. Could I
can't see why they would say
Lion King
is overrated.
But I don't know. See, this is like a tough one. Austin was so easy. He just like knew right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which way
you're saying
because,
that
like overrated. Yeah. I don't know. I think that like people could say that the Lion King, like not that I agree that it's overrated, but like I can see that.
Fair, yep.
Because it is kind of like it's one of the like focal point movies you think about when you think of Disney, but like I don't know about you guys, but like I'm not just going to watch The Lion King.
No, I don't either.
Right? So like I understand that point more than
yeah. Oh boy.
Why are you confused? You just
I'm
were
not
like,
confused. I'm having a hard time which to vote for because I think like obviously I like Fantasmic more, but I think for me a hotter take is that Lion King is the most overrated of every Disney movie.
now I'm confused. Are they saying that it's overrated or is it
Lion
crazy?
King is the most overrated Disney movie.
That's not true.
Okay, but what I'm saying is this person thinks that is, but do you think that's a hotter take than Harmonious is the best
Oh.
nighttime spectacular?
Okay. Kind of.
Okay, so what's your vote?
I don't know. I forget how to vote.
We'll just go to the chat and
Go
we'll
to
come
the
back to
chat.
Heidi because Heidi
I'm
is
getting
having a
confused
hard
now
time.
because I think that's not true. Oh yeah, so then I would agree with it.
Do you think that's more not true about the Lion King, or
What do
about
you think is
Harmonious?
most
Which one is the least true?
Okay, I'm gonna say the Lion King
Okay,
because I like Harmonious.
so tally your votes. This is your
Okay,
job. You're
I'm
up.
doing the tally, guys. Sorry, I was getting confused.
Magically Madison, welcome votes Haunted Mansion earlier. We got a list of throwing Ben under the bus. See, this was his. So Maddie votes for Harmonious. So does Kennedy and Sorcerer Maddie and Sammy. Llama Floof, on the other hand, says that the Harmonious one is a freezing cold take. Interesting. Steve votes Harmonious. Brianna votes Lion King. Brianna as well. Becca votes Harmonious. Alyssa goes Lion King. Kay votes for Harmonious. Law's ready to throw hands. Whoever said that about Lion King. Annie votes for Harmonious. Kelsey votes for Lion King. Bailey is here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Says Harmonious was so good, though. I'm voting Lion King for the hotter take. Anna and Elaine both vote for Harmonious. Law votes for Lion King as the hotter take. So does Corey. Or no, saying it's overrated. So maybe he's saying that. I don't know. I guess I don't know what Corey's vote is.
Vote is for
Reb votes Harmonious. Butterfly loves Lion King and has never seen Harmonious, so we'll vote for Lion King. Harmonious is a hotter take. Caden votes for Harmonious. Welcome, Caden. Thanks for being here. Isabel votes Harmonious. Sabrina says Lion King is one of the best movies that there is. So
I know. I'm confusing myself. I
Um,
was like, I understood, and then when I was talking, I got so confused.
You can definitely submit more hot takes because again, there will be a part 2, so we can
Yes.
add them into part 2 if you have more. Cass votes Harmonious, and Corey says Lion King is his vote.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
Yes.
we're good. Harmonious is the best nighttime spectacular, is the hotter take, and that is moving
Okay.
on. We get it. We're just
I don't
warming
know.
up, Heidi.
I'm confused. But
Casey's Corner is the worst quick service versus I don't get the Orange Bird obsession. He is everywhere. So meaning that Orange Bird is overrated. So Casey's Corner is the worst quick service or Orange Bird is overrated. What do you think's the hotter take?
what do you think's most wrong?
Yeah.
I have to clarify that in my head.
Yeah.
Austin, do you have any initial thoughts?
I think Casey's.
Yeah.
Because as much as Orange Bird's always kind of around, but I feel like if you're not like in the community, you probably wouldn't even recognize Orange Bird or like like you wouldn't even register that it's Orange Bird.
Yeah.
Whereas like Casey's like, I don't know, there's some bad quick services, but Casey, and not that Casey's is like the best, but you know what you're gonna get, and it always does its job. So
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There was also that this was one. Someone said that the corn dog nuggets are like inedible. There was like a lot of Casey's.
that's a hot take.
There was 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I think that's a hot take. So it's kind of mixed into this, but I put that it's the worst because someone said that it's the worst. I think that like Orange Bird, he's cute, he's on stuff, but he's like, I think that he's not like a Stitch, for example. Like
Yes.
Stitch is on everything, so like I would understand why that's like bothersome, but Orange Bird's just like cutie chilling out. So I think that Casey's being the worst quick service because like it's not the worst in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think it's the worst, that's for sure. Like there's
there's a lot
even
that
at
are
just
worse,
at Magic Kingdom, I think like there's not a lot.
Like
good.
I would say Cosmic Rays
Yeah, I
is
was gonna
worse,
say Cosmic Rays is worse.
right?
Sure.
So I would say that's a hotter take because I think at that park, this is where like a lot of people I think would go for a quick
And
service.
like really, like you gotta get. I mean, someone's saying the corn dog nuggets are inedible, but like you gotta get the corn dog nuggets and the cheese, and you gotta dip it and sit on the grass and look at the castle, and yeah, that's what you gotta do.
I
Like
would agree.
nothing else to say about that one.
I love Orange Bird too. He's so cute. Okay, so
He is cute.
Let's see where we're at here.
Okay.
A lot of votes
So
for
we're all
Casey's.
voting for Casey's.
A lot of people, yeah, all of us are.
Okay.
I love this. Ben's hot takes were like positive hot takes, and then there was me. All right. So yes, Casey's is everything. There you go. So Brianna says Casey's is the hotter take. Kennedy is also voting for Casey's. So is Cassandra and Maddie, and Sammy. So you would agree with Casey's and are voting Orange Bird because he's a baby. So Melissa's voting Orange Bird. Llama Floof is voting for Casey's. Isabel and Kaden and Kay are all voting for Casey's. Casey's is the hottest take. Yes. So that's one vote for Casey's. Wendy is also voting for Casey's. So is La. Brianna votes for Orange Bird because she thinks that Casey's is nasty and loves Orange Bird. Sabrina votes for Casey's. So does Steve and T Squiggle, Anna and Elaine as well. Corey is voting for Orange Bird. Olivia, don't be sorry. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Is voting for Casey. So is Kelsey. Becca's voting for Casey's. Corey says that he'd get the spring rolls over hot dog every day. We'll just wait. The spring rolls will be on this list a little later. Sorcerer Maddie says that Casey's is the hotter take. Yes, we have another vote for Casey's. Consistency is key. Who is this Orange Bird?
That's just my point.
Your point. He's like I guess the unofficial. He's like Adventureland and Dole Whip guy. Like he's just a little birdie guy. I guess Florida oranges. So Casey's is Liam's vote. And where are we at here? Butterfly's daughter says Orange Bird. Reb votes for Casey's. Bailey votes for Casey's. Crystal votes Orange Bird. I sent that because I just don't get it. Oh no, sorry. You sent that one in. Brianna says I will literally throw hands if someone bashed the spring roll. Well, get ready to throw hands. It's on here. So Casey's being the worst quick service is the hotter take in this case and is moving on. Mm-hmm. Next up, we have Animal Kingdom is a full day park versus Navi River Journey is the worst ride at Walt Disney World.
Navi.
I would vote for Navi River.
Yeah.
Like I would say that it's probably overrated. It's not even near the bottom to me in terms of rides. It's not at all the worst.
I don't even think it's overrated because people don't talk about it like it's some exciting.
Hey!
Ride. Oh, hey!
I'm so sorry.
Welcome. Don't be sorry.
Who's that girl?
Hi,
Welcome.
everyone.
Everyone wish Caitlin congrats. We were just like chatting about you before it started.
Give her some hearts.
Hearts in the chat for 10K girly.
Put some tens in
Guys.
Caitlin, do you understand how to play this game?
Yeah, I was having.
I'm assuming so. People sent in their hot takes, and we're saying which is the hottest take.
Yeah.
There you go. There was some confusion from some fellow friends in the chat.
Gotcha.
And then I can't even make fun because
I was going to say, and then we explained it to them, but then Heidi was confused.
Then I was playing confusedly, but we're good. I believe in you.
Yeah. So
this one's definitely Navi because we would even say we could do Animal Kingdom as a full day.
100%.
So that's not even. I don't even think that's hot at all.
Yep. I would say the whole half park discussion is if you're getting rides done, then yes, you could do it in half a day. But there's so much more. We said this, There's so much more.
If all you want to do is the 2 rides in Pandora, the Safari, and then Everest and leave, you can do that in a morning. But if there's so much more to Animal Kingdom, it's easily you could do a full day there.
Easy.
But that's what I kind of feel. The way that I feel about Animal Kingdom is the same way, not to bring it about Disneyland, but the same way I feel about when people talk about Disneyland, it's people just talk about how you can do all the rides
done
and it's
then do it in a couple days.
Yeah, but it's not about that. It's not about that. It's about the vibes.
So yeah.
Okay.
Navi River.
Disney World or something?
No.
That's on here. I submitted that.
I literally said we can't come on the internet and talk about Disneyland because people think that we just hate Disneyland.
I know, yeah.
We don't. I worked there for 2 summers. I love it there. I would go back.
It's fine.
And also we only poke fun at the people that we love, Brianna. So it's okay.
That's okay. I figured that's who it was. Well, they said friends.
Yeah. You also missed. I guess that everybody thought that the bracket opener was hot. I forget exactly. It was Dole Whip, like our gross versus haunted mansion's the worst ride at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we
That
gotta
was
keep
the opener.
moving.
We gotta keep
forward.
moving. Yeah.
So let these two people vote.
You guys vote. So Austin's voting Navi River. Caitlin, what about you?
So hold on.
What's
I
the
gotta
hotter take?
yes. Which is the hotter take?
Mhm.
I think it's Navi.
Yes.
Yeah, agree.
Correct.
So, all of us. are on the
Okay,
same-
good. I got it right.
Let's see. I see a lot of Navi.
Mhm.
Cassandra's voting for Navi. So is Bailey and Isabel and Stephen Kennedy and Brianna. Corey and Lama Floof and Alyssa are all voting for Navi as well. So is Kelsey and Madison and Crystal and Kaden all voting for Navi. So is Reb and T Squiggle and Annie and Sabrina and Maddie are all voting for Navi River. So is Brianna and Butterfly and Kay. Everybody's showing love to Caitlin. We love to see it. Anna and Elaine vote for Navi River. Isabel says that it's not even close to being the worst. We got Butterfly's daughter also voting for Navi. Olivia votes for Navi. So does Laura. Where am I at here? Becca's also voting for Navi. Wendy votes for Navi, and so does Liam. And seriously, people are just, coming for Navi. There was a lot of things about Navi, but this was the hottest one that someone submitted. Someone said that it's not worth waiting, like all those things, but I thought that saying it's the worst is pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So that's our winner here. Also, 59 friends in here. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Yay.
If you're new or just popping in, be sure to like the stream, subscribe to us and to Caitlin and Austin, all the things. It's all there. But this is like a good little turnout here.
That's
for
a
the
lot of
month.
people.
And in our
I got
month.
stage
off.
fright now. You should have told me how many people were in here. I got my pajamas.
So Navi River is the hotter take and moving on. Next up, rope drop is so overrated versus monorail over Skyliner any day.
Wow.
This is
And
very
what I
crazy,
will say about monorail, someone said Skyliner is better than monorail, but
which I
then
would
someone
agree.
said monorail over Skyliner any day, and I said that's hotter than. Like, I didn't want to put two of the same.
Mhm.
I think that is piping hot to me.
And what's the other one?
rope drop.
Rope drops overrated.
I think that these are both pretty hot.
Yeah.
These are very spicy.
Okay, if we had to rationalize though, like, to me, saying that the monorail is better than the Skyliner, I just don't understand. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
that to me, but like, I would never go and not rope drop. I don't think. I think that
But-
just seems scary to me that I wouldn't.
But I will say that like maybe people will say rope drop because like they don't want to be tired, they don't want to get up early, it's a crowd. Like I can see reasons why
Yeah.
like why you could, but I don't
Yep.
agree. But like I can
I
see
understand.
But
Or if you get like fast passes or
Yeah.
lightning lane, whatever they're called.
Yep.
Like if you get those, then you're not as inclined to rope drop. So I think definitely monorail being better than the Skyliner is just absurd. Like that's just absurd.
Yeah, I feel like too, maybe because the way that the like early morning magic used to be, like the rope drop, like you used to some parks you got in an hour before, now it's only 30 minutes. So
Yep.
I can argue that, but yeah, no, I after this last trip too that we were on, like where we were on the monorail, like the amount of times I complained about it was crazy. I'm like, well, I
Mhm.
sound very privileged complaining about the monorail because I used to be like, the monorail is the holy whatever. Like that's the thing I wish I could ride, but I'm like, no, like the Skyliner all day, every day. They need to put the Skyliner to every park, every resort.
Yeah.
That's crazy that people don't like it.
I think that this is one of the hottest takes on here to me is the monorail. And they literally said monorail over Skyliner any day. And I was like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
not for me.
Maybe
So,
there's
Maybe on a rainy day.
Yeah.
If it's not working, I would ride.
Yeah.
I'm voting that way as well.
Yeah.
All right. So we're all in
We're
sync.
all in sync.
And I think that, to be honest, most of the chat is as well. So
yeah.
Kennedy kicking us off as always. I feel like every time with the first
Kennedy
vote voting for monorail.
has the quickest Wi-Fi.
Steve says that rope drop is hot. Cassandra votes monorail. Corey says monorail is the hottest thing on the face of this planet. Just wait. I think that there's going to be some that are going to surprise people here.
Yeah.
Brianna votes for monorail. So does Laura and Kaden and Annie and Olivia and Bailey all voting for monorail. Chelsea is here. Welcome. Votes for the rope drop is overrated. Lama Floof also votes for rope drop. Kelsey and Alyssa and Brianna are all voting for the monorail. Sorcerer Maddie and Becca are voting for monorail. Liam votes for rope drop. Kay and T Squiggle and Reb and Crystal all vote for monorail. 2 votes for the monorail from Butterfly. Madison votes for monorail. So does Diane. It's like a moving porta potty these days. So funny. Sabrina says with kids, rope drop is way overrated, but I love the Skyliner. Maddie votes for monorail. Anna and Elaine are both voting for rope drop. And we got Chelsea voting for rope drop and Queen Sammy voting for monorail.
Nice.
There you go. Monorail over Skyliner.
Yeah.
Moving on. Next up, we got Figment is overrated versus Tron is better than Guardians. And the person who submitted Tron is better than Guardians is here in the chat. I won't say who it is. But
You need to drop names to me after. You don't need to do it live, but you need to tell me who. I need to know.
Maybe they will just come out and say
come out
it.
and say it.
If you see yours and you want to say, and like I said before, if you don't see yours and you submitted one, we're doing a part 2 because there was like 80 hot takes. We can't put them all in here. This has to rage bait. I
It's
promise
not
you.
rage bait because
The person's
they
in
have
here.
said this, but also they have
They've
said this before.
Is it Llama Floof?
Who knows? Tron is better than Guardians to me is just that's my vote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. That's crazy to say that.
Mhm.
That is crazy to say that.
I do think that Tron could be underrated a little bit though.
Yes.
I think people don't give it enough love,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but
that's fair.
I'm sorry to the person in the chat. I love that you sent this hot take in because it was one of the hotter ones, and I appreciate that. Figment, I could see that him being overrated. I think that you either like him or you don't. So
Yes.
it makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Jail immediately.
Yes. Let me see. Queen Sammy voting for Tron. So is Kennedy. So is Alyssa and Isabel. Maddie votes for Tron. So does Kelsey. This is clickbait, but we promise like this is not at all.
This is clickbait.
Caden votes for Tron. So does Madison and Brianna. We got Annie voting for Tron. Chelsea votes for Tron. Brianna votes for Tron. So does Corey and Steve and Cassandra, Annie and Olivia. Becca votes for Tron. So does Sabrina, Liam as well. I'm trying to read this name. It's a SI5TO. So we'll just say TO. That's what I'll say. And if you want to say your name and I can say it, then that's perfect. T Squiggle votes for Tron. Butterfly votes for Tron and Figment for their daughter. Laura says Tron, but I would agree with the Figment statement. Kay votes for Tron. Reb votes for Tron. And Lizette says blasphemy. Tron better than Guardians. Absolutely not. And Brianna says, do not pass go. Do not collect 200.
No, look at Lava Floof. Look what.
Oh, where did it come up? I don't know if it's just me, but that Tron take seems quite reasonable.
Gotta go
Gotta go
Figment.
Figment.
That's funny.
Crystal says goes without saying, but Tron for me. And Aaron is here. Hey, Aaron.
Hi,
Welcome.
Aaron.
Thanks for being here. And Mona says Guardians all day, every day. So
That's
Maddie as well.
funny.
So Tron is
That
moving
is
on.
so funny, Llama Floof.
Oh, Sisto, no problem. I thought it was SI and then a 5
It
TO.
is a 5.
Okay, I understand, but it
But
is
that's how you're
Sisto.
saying
Got
it.
it. Perfect. Sisto.
So
So
funny.
Tron over Guardians is
Nice.
moving on. Next up, we got the Disney dining plan sucks versus Living with the Land is the best ride at Walt Disney World. Do you
You guys actually
you
had
guys used to be
experience
dining plan
with the
people, right?
Disney
Like
dining.
Yeah, we used
Yeah.
to do the dining plan almost every time we went. Like even before, like when I went, like with my mom, when
Yeah.
I was a kid. And here's the thing: the dining plan is amazing, where you just don't have to think about what you're spending because it's all just on your band.
Yep.
So like it is great, but you really have to like know what you're getting to get the best value out of it. And even if you're trying to get the best value, it's very hard to get the best value.
Without like purposely
Yeah.
overeating or like
got it. Yeah.
buying
Yeah.
way more than you would think
So
or you want.
I don't know, but I don't think it sucks, but like we've never done it since it's come back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like obviously that shows that it's obviously not the best.
Yeah.
But I don't think Living with the Land is the best ride.
Yeah.
I
I love Living with the Land, but it is not. like even close.
So wait, so
The hotter take is
Yeah,
that living with the land.
Worst one.
yeah, I think that living with the land, that's the hot take, is the living with the land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People people know that I'm not a living with the land person. And I honestly think, which again, there's probably people in this chat who will say this, and someone who submitted this and said it this way, like I know them personally, and I would tell them
Gotta drop the names. You gotta
You-
give me the no to me. It's fine.
Yes.
Just tell me.
that you are just a liar, because that person said as well before that they would rather ride Living with the Land as their last ride over Guardians at Epcot, and I just don't believe that. I just
Is
can't.
it one of your
choose to
friends
believe
from
that.
your program?
Yes.
Is it?
Well,
I won't
no,
say.
leave it.
But this was the most one that was the most like submitted. There
By
was
other
multiple
people as
people
well,
that
yeah.
said that it's the best. All the
Really?
people love Living with the Land, and I just don't.
I
get it.
love it. It's just not the best. Like
Yeah. It's like I feel like if we're ranking rides like at all the parks, it'd be in the bottom half, in my opinion. So I think that that's a crazy take. We don't use the dining plan because you don't eat really like a lot of things. So
Because you don't eat.
no, which is true.
Yeah, I know.
you don't eat a lot of things, so we just like pick up things here
No,
and there.
I was gonna say the dining plan I feel like is made not for people who go to Disney all the time. It's made for like people
when you're on like
who-
a vacation.
It's on the vacation. It's people who don't really know about Disney or are just going and it's
Fair.
easy and I'm gonna buy it and we're gonna eat. That's what it's made for. It's not made for the people who go there all the time.
Yeah, I also didn't mean to say, because now Brianna's quoting me, that you don't eat. I was gonna continue and say because you don't eat a lot of things,
Yeah,
but
but you
I
stopped,
paused.
period.
So sorry. But yeah,
Anywho.
Living with the Land, I don't think it's the best ride in all of the parks. I think that's just so hot. All right, where are we at here?
Pen's
People
dying already.
people agree with both. There you
People
go.
Agree with both.
Also, Aaron saying from earlier that I'm a Figment girl forever, but have never rode Tron or Guardians. LOL. I feel like that I knew this. That I think that Aaron said this at some point in a vlog or somewhere. I
I
remember
must have missed
seeing
that.
that
'cause
you
my
didn't ride
dog's on the
Guardians.
floor.
Yeah, is it because that you don't like the like motion or like a roller coaster? But I know that you said that, and I was like, oh my goodness, there's got to be a reason. It's so good. Yeah. Living with the Land for T Squiggle. Melissa agrees with both. Cassandra votes Living with the Land. Kennedy as well. So is Brianna. The Disney dining plan does suck, and Living with the Land is the best. So Brianna's vote is for the dining plan. Caden votes Living with the Land. So does Maddie and Steve and Kelsey and Olivia. A lot of people love Living with the Land, but it's not the best, but people love it. Best relaxing ride, I'd say. Sorcerer Maddie votes Living with the Land. Laura votes for the dining plan. Queen Sammy votes for Living with the Land. Corey votes for the dining plan. Kay votes for Living with the Land. Crystal says, as a mom in her 30s, I need a land ride for a nap. There you go. Alyssa's going to go with Living with the Land. Brianna's not going to vote, pleading the fifth. That's fair. Madison votes Living with the Land. So does Llama Floof. Lizette says that the dining plan is not worth it. Living with the Land is the best spot to nap on. Sisto says Living with the Land, hotter take. Laura as well. Becca and Reb and Isabel all voting for Living with the Land. Thank you. Mona doesn't believe that either. I appreciate the validation. Wendy votes for Living with the Land. The Pan Flu. I knew that Pan Flu was going to come out somewhere. Living with the Land is, though it's one of my faves. You're a chicken. Oh, okay. I don't know why that I thought it was like a motion sickness thing. That's okay though. I'm sure that if you did it once,
Someone
you'd love
needs
it.
to drag your body.
Aaron will go on the Matterhorn at Disneyland, which I can't exactly. I've never been on, but I can imagine, and she loves it, but she won't go on Guardians.
Interesting.
If you can go on the Matterhorn, you can go on.
I didn't go on Matterhorn because
Yeah, because your back will blow on that. It will be so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You should go on Guardians.
Yeah. If I rode Matterhorn, I'd be removed in a stretcher. I feel like I wouldn't be able to walk after riding.
You wouldn't. No.
Mona votes Living with the Land. Bailey votes Living with the Land. And Brianna's mom's vote is Living with the Land. What's so great about the grass?
Classic.
Knew it. Maybe one day. Let's all just go together. We can save the galaxy. If they give a call, I'm there. Like I would be there tomorrow if they called for me to come. Living with the Land. Moving on. Next up, the All-Stars get way too much hate versus Ronto wraps are the worst food on property. And the person who submitted that is also here for a fact in the chat. and maybe they'll want to own up to it as well. But the All-Stars, there was a few votes for the All-Stars. Someone said that they're like super great, all these things, but this was like summed up that they get too much hate. What do you guys think? Any thoughts?
Yeah, like I do think the All-Stars get a lot of hate, but I do not think that the Ronto Wrap is the worst thing on property.
Yeah, but
I've had worse.
But do you think that the All-Stars get too much hate? I don't think so.
I think so.
Just
The way that certain people talk about the All-Stars,
Just-
that I can think of off the top of my head, I
just-
think that's a little too
No,
much
but
hate.
no, because just stay at Pop. Pop is like 20 times better.
I know, but
To
you're not like crapping on the All-Stars. You just say, I'm
No,
gonna
but-
stay at Pop.
But
But people drag the All-Stars through the mud.
but if you were to stay at
no, I
a
meant
value, like you
No, I
wouldn't pick
agree.
the All-Stars.
No,
I don't think that's that hot of a take.
yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that Ronto Wrap is
No,
the
100%. 100%.
100. No, yeah, we're arguing the same thing.
So Ronto Wraps definitely are the vote.
Yeah,
I would agree.
I like a Ronto Wrap.
yeah.
We don't
Breakfast, lunch,
always,
dinner.
yeah, we don't always get them though, I feel like, but like every time that we do, I just like really enjoy
I
it.
feel like we used to always get
We
them,
did.
but then when we go on shorter trips, we don't always get them. But I really like it.
Yeah. I feel like the All-Stars get hate, but I would agree with Austin that I feel like if you're going to stay at a value, obviously like you'd stay at Pop, but I do think that they get too much hate, but Ronto Wraps being the worst food. I know that the person's in here, so I don't know if they owned up to it yet, but I think that's a hotter take.
Yeah, I agree.
You agree? Yeah. You also don't have to own up to them if you're
Yeah, don't think that we're calling
I
you
don't want
out.
to pressure.
If you're scared, it's okay.
And
Just know Brandon's gonna tell me every single one of you later.
Oh, stop.
Just
so-
teasing. I'll still love everybody.
Caitlin won't stop till she gets every name out of me.
I know. Give
So
me
wait.
names.
So who are we all voting for? Are we all
We're all
Ronto?
voting Ronto, yeah.
Okay, just
Yeah.
wanted to clarify.
Corey
Um,
just got some absurd comments down there.
Erin's voting for both of these takes. Or sorry, she agrees with both takes.
Okay.
Cassandra votes for Ronto. So does Kennedy and Brianna and Llama Floof. All voting for Ronto Wrap. So does Maddie and T Squiggle and Laura and Kay and Sabrina. All voting for Ronto Wrap. Alyssa votes for Ronto. The word. Maybe. Wait, Ronto. The word.
I don't know, buddy.
Well, because I'm like, is she voting like for that or maybe not? Maybe I don't know. Bailey votes for Ronto Wrap. Olivia, she's also voting for Ronto. Caden votes All-Stars. Brianna votes All-Stars. And yes, Ozzy, that's my thought. Kelsey votes for All-Stars. So does Crystal. Sammy votes for Ronto. Alyssa's vote is for All-Stars. Steve votes for Ronto. So does Mona. Peyton says hate on me staying at the All-Star while I'm eating a brown derby. Love that. Welcome. Thanks for being here, Peyton.
Save money
Madison,
where you can spend money. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
Madison votes for Ronto. Liam says, I think All-Stars get enough hate, but I can't live without a Ronto Wrap. I vote All-Stars. Sisto says All-Stars are convenient until it's closing time at the park and you're hiking to the bus stop with sore feet. Fair. Crystal says that the breakfast Ronto is the only good Ronto. Andy votes for Ronto. Lizette's going to go with the All-Stars. Bailey votes for Ronto. Sisto also. Corey says, have any of you actually eaten a Ronto Wrap? Terrible food. Food Network. Corey has spoken.
Every trip, Corey.
All-Stars is my vote. Reb votes All-Stars. Wendy votes Ronto. And Sorcerer Maddie votes for Ronto. A lot of votes.
All
A lot of
right.
votes for Ronto. So Ronto Wrap.
Goodness.
Moving on.
I didn't realize that liking the Ronto Wraps was a hot take.
I know,
Yeah.
apparently.
Apparently, I should have put that on here.
Yeah. Now we're on round two of this side. So for those that are new, we'll do the one whole side and then we'll move on to the other. So the next matchup is Haunted Mansion is the worst ride in all of Magic Kingdom versus Harmonious is the best nighttime spectacular ever. Which is the hotter take?
See, this is the first time I'm seeing these now.
Mhm.
I feel like the hotter take is, wait, what was it? The
I
worst
mentioned
ride?
The worst ride. at
Yeah,
Magic
that's
Kingdom,
crazy.
where Harmonious is the best.
No, that's crazy. Because I could see people feeling emotional towards her. Harmonious is the one they took away, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see I could see people feeling emotional to that one because that one was a good show. That was the one with like Tiana, like they had the actual like things, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy to say Haunted Mansion is the worst ride. That's crazy.
I
Who
know.
was that?
Stop.
Oh yeah, for just kidding.
Yeah,
We
Awesome.
should go on with the bit now, honey.
we should
Yeah,
have
I know.
said. We should have said your.
We should have
your
put their name.
contributions are not anonymous.
Yeah, not to me.
I also think that I should say that every time, but I just don't. And then people just like submit crazy things. I'm like, good for you, just like submitting in a box. I love that.
Yeah. Maybe people don't know that you can see who wrote it.
I'm also voting Haunted Mansion. I know we talked about it earlier, but I'm going to vote Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, we did talk about earlier. I think it's just like there's other rides that you can name off that you can argue. Like it's not the worst. And then Harmonious, like Caitlin said, like you can see how people would think it's the best. And when they took it away, like a lot of people were very sad about it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What about Austin?
I agree. Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
I just can't I just don't understand when, like I said, there's things like the Speedway and Astro
I
Orbiter,
forgot
and
about
like,
that.
people are talking about Haunted Mansion.
Or like Barnstormer. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Very interesting. So I think there'll be a lot of Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion, again, like I think that people think it's overrated because there's like all the merch and all the things, but it is like a beloved, like it's a good ride. Like the more that we have rode it,
Yeah.
I really enjoy it every time. I think it's so good.
Mhm.
It's just different too.
True. Yeah. Oh, there he goes. Ronto was my take. If anyone couldn't pick that up, says Corey.
Too funny, Corey.
Too funny. He'll own it fully. Good for you, Corey. Wow. We love to see
Good
it.
on you, buddy.
Yeah. And like I said, for those kind of popping in, like if your hot take is not here, there's going to be a part 2. There was so many that we couldn't be here all night with Caitlin and Austin until 1 a.m. talking about hot takes. So,
I mean, normally we're on FaceTime till that long anyways.
Oh.
There they are.
Oh,
What?
jeez.
We lost you for a second.
We almost had to run the show here.
It's almost a
Oh.
2 people show.
are you losing us? Oh boy. Hopefully we're okay.
For
Hopefully
1 second.
Okay, good.
Alyssa's voting for Haunted Mansion. Kennedy votes Haunted Mansion. So does Brianna and Sammy and Llama Floof. And Brianna and Kelsey all vote Haunted Mansion. Wishes has entered the chat. I love that. So funny. Isabel votes Haunted Mansion. Peyton votes Haunted Mansion. So does Kaden and Laura and Madison and Steve. Olivia votes Haunted Mansion. Corey and Becca and Bailey all vote Haunted Mansion. So does Maddie and Cassandra and Mona. All voting for Haunted Mansion. Lizette votes Haunted Mansion. Bring back Harmonious. Bailey says, was Haunted Mansion submitted as a joke? It feels like rage bait. There's no way. I don't know. I'm not the type that I would make any up. I promise you. They are all from people.
Someone submitted. But
Someone
maybe it
submitted,
was-
but maybe it was a joke.
it was
I don't
in
know.
vain.
Yeah, it could have been. Wendy voted Haunted Mansion. Lizette Haunted Mansion. Peyton, like I said, votes Haunted Mansion for the sweep. There you go. Taking it.
Oh,
Oh,
yep,
see,
someone
look.
claiming the energy.
There you go. And there was also 3 or 4 people submitted
Yeah.
a similar Haunted Mansion take. So there you go.
It's kind of weird because there were a lot of takes that niche takes that multiple people said, and it was
Yes.
like, oh, that's.
And there was
very
some,
weird.
like I said, about like the monorail where it's like one person said one way and someone said the other way. And I was like, which one's hotter?
Yes.
But isn't that what makes the world go round? Isn't that what makes life interesting? We're all going to have different opinions.
For
True.
sure.
Okay.
Haunted Mansion, moving on. Next up,
And guess what? The more people that don't like Haunted Mansion, the less people in that line for me to go on it.
Casey's Corner is the worst quick service versus Navi River is the worst ride at all of Walt Disney World.
Like, to be fair, like, I don't love Casey's. I
We
just
said
eat it
this.
because you like. 'cause
But
you
it's
like
not the
it.
worst.
I mean, I think that the hotter take is Navi.
Hashing out some things over there.
Caitlin's like, I've thought this for years.
No.
I'll get it off
I'm
my
like,
No, we both agree that it's
did
not
agree.
the best.
Caitlin's like, I submitted the Casey's Corner one to get it off my
Yeah.
chest.
She hoped it'd be anonymous.
No, I'm gonna vote for Navi though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I think
the
that
hotter take is because
Yeah.
I like really every quick service at Magic Kingdom ain't good.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Pecos Bill's good now. It's decent.
I didn't like it
It's
when we had it
decent.
with Brown and Corey. I didn't eat half of it.
It's decent.
Oh.
No.
interesting.
I was scared of the meat. The meat freaked me out that day.
Yeah, but that's you. You got a problems over there.
When have I ever had a problem with food?
The only thing I'll say about Navi is when that shaman doesn't work, that is
That-
the biggest like
It's such a letdown.
You're just done.
I felt so bad when we went on our trip. We didn't do it the whole trip. We did it on the last day and it was down. And I just knew Heidi was so upset. And I was just like, oh God, I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, I forgot that happened. That was like the only day that we did it.
I know, because we were like, we'll skip it this day. It's fine.
We come around that corner, she's nowhere to be found. It's like, oh, perfect. I love this ride.
And I just love when you've been on this before, you kind of look around and go like this, yeah, nice. But you're just waiting for the shaman. Like that's all that
You go around the corner and you're like looking like, where is she?
You're like, this is the corner. This is the corner.
And then it's a screen, her nowhere to be found. And you're like, oh boy.
You're like, see ya in 2 years, girl.
Yeah, no.
Greg.
Oh well.
Hey.
Wait, did we vote?
Well, I did. Did you?
Yeah, Navi.
Yeah.
Sure.
Lot of votes for Navi.
Heidi's not eating a hot dog.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I'll eat the corn dog nuggies, but I ain't eating one of those hot dogs. I'll tell you that much.
Hey,
That
that would make a good video.
I would vomit.
Heidi tried.
Heidi tries Casey's foot-long dog.
Ew, and I have to eat it all. Oh my gosh.
I can just see the gags now.
Oh my gosh. And to make it worse, if it was one of those like the ones that have like the
Chili on it?
No,
The chili
not
cheese
the
dog.
chili, the what is it called? The cruller, not the cruller.
Like
The
like the funnel cake
The
one that we
funnel
saw.
cake.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They had a funnel cake one. I think it was for the 50th.
It had like strawberry jam and like funnel cake
And
pieces
powder.
and powdered sugar on a hot dog.
What the?
Disgusting.
Crazy. Yeah. For those who don't know, Heidi's a very picky eater.
I'm a
And
sensitive girl.
she doesn't like things that are even like delicious. Like one of my favorite moments ever in a vlog, I have to bring it up, of ours is there's like the orange bird
Yes,
waffle.
Caitlin had the
No,
one.
it was Remy waffle.
Yeah, sorry, Remy.
The Remy Liege waffle.
Liege waffle. And Heidi took a bite and it's not a big waffle. And it was like probably like a quarter of the waffle. And Heidi didn't want it. And Caitlin said, spit it in my mouth.
No, because what happened was as soon as I bit it, I went, oh, like
Yeah.
so good. And you said,
good.
what's the rating? And I said 5 out of 5. And Heidi, as soon as she bites it, she went, and then I said, spit it in my mouth because it was so good.
It's one of my favorite moments in a vlog.
You had to be there.
It was, yeah, it was
Right? Yeah, you had to.
Link the vlog. Drop the link.
yeah.
I will. Alyssa votes for Navi, so does Cassandra and Llama Floof, and Brianna and Sammy. Kendi votes for Casey's. T Squiggle and Brianna and Corey are voting for Navi River. So does Kelsey and Steve. Caden votes for Casey's. Peyton says, if it weren't for Casey's Corner, I would go on a hunger strike every time I go to Magic Kingdom. Madison votes for Casey's. Liam votes for Navi. Laura votes for Navi. So does Olivia and Isabel and Bailey. Yes, don't worry. Like I said, these will be on
They're
here
coming.
at some point. They're coming on the other half. This one's funny. Navi is nowhere near the worst ride when Haunted Mansion is this. Lizette votes for Navi. Peyton says more like Navi. Am I right?
I was dying at that.
Mona votes for Navi River. Wendy votes for Navi. So does Becca. Aaron with an ultimatum:
Bet.
if you eat a hot dog,
I will do it for you. I will throw up and I will do it for you, girl.
That is so
You have to.
So the new title will be Heidi Eats Footlong Dog.
So Aaron.
So Aaron
goes
and Aaron
on
rides Guardians.
Guardians.
Who gets the better end of that deal? I think Aaron.
I'm getting a tummy ache.
I don't even think that you could eat
A dog.
more than a bite of the
No,
dog.
I couldn't.
Genuinely, I just
I don't even think you get it down.
No,
No,
I don't. I think it would sit in your mouth and you'd spit it out. There's
agree.
no way.
I agree.
Uh,
Lizette says, although I got stuck once and had to hear that song for 30 minutes, the Navi song.
oh, that's
Interesting.
peaceful.
Andy votes for Navi. So does Sorcerer Maddie and Maddie. And Whittle is here walking for me here. Votes for Navi.
We don't.
We speaking of getting stuck on a ride and hearing a song for 30 minutes, you showed me the TikTok the other day. Someone was stuck.
I wasn't on TikTok. What do you mean?
Oh, you were on TikTok. Someone was stuck on Remy's at the part where it like shoots the water at you.
No, the pop.
Oh,
Or
yes.
and it just kept like the audio before it was going on and on and on and on, and they didn't know when it was gonna pop. It was funny.
The reason I was on TikTok was because Claire sent me that TikTok and she said you have to go watch that. So that's why I was on.
Because that would be anxiety inducing, just waiting for the thing to blast at you.
Because isn't the whole clip it's they pull and then go back?
Yeah.
It's like they're pulling and it's like, when is this thing gonna go? So
That's terrible.
And it was like 5 minutes. Sorry, keep going.
No, it's good. This is good. Monorail over Skyliner any day versus Tron is better than Guardians.
They're both just
This is crazy. Wow.
It's the Tron one.
Yes, it is.
Because if you're not a person that stays at the Skyliner resorts,
yeah,
or maybe you only have once, like, and you don't really care for the monorail or for the Skyliner, sorry, but everybody, like, except for Aaron's been on Tron and Guardians.
That's funny. Has oh my goodness, Peyton been on it before? Do we know?
I think Peyton's been on.
There you go.
Peyton, confirm or deny?
Yeah, confirm
or deny.
I also just like lost my thought that I was going to say, but I would agree that Tron is the hotter take.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Even though this one's also hot, but I think that Guardians is like perfection to me. I love that, right?
I know Guardians is perfection.
I can't. Lava Fluke is so funny. 100% monorail. Sorry, here it is. It's moving up on me. 100% monorail. So all of us are on the same. So Sammy votes for Tron. Lindsay votes for Tron. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Kennedy votes for Tron. So does Cassandra and Brianna and Isabel. Annie votes for Tron as well. Corey says Tron by a hair. Keaton votes for Tron. The tricycles are the hottest take, says Alyssa. Kelsey votes for Tron. Brianna votes for Tron. Whittle votes for the monorail. Maddie votes.
I love that name.
Me too. So many good names here. This also would be good if I did this back to back. Whittle, Lava Fluke, 100% monorail. Bailey votes for Tron. Peyton has done it before. Liam votes for Tron. So does Laura. He's done both of them. There we go. Becca votes for Tron. So does Lizette and Wendy and Sorcerer Maddie and Steve. Peyton says that Tron is the biggest letdown of the newest rides, in my opinion. Oh my goodness. So as someone who doesn't fit, Tron's the hotter take. Olivia votes for Tron, and this is coming from someone who loved the movie Tron. Sorry, the little like thing is like hopping up on me. But Tron is better than Guardians is moving on. Next up, Living with the Land is the best ride at Disney World versus Ronto wraps are the worst food on property. Both to me just wrong.
But truthfully true. Both to me are just kind of like mid takes. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
no, but Living with the Land is not the best ride. I think it's like a top, like, I'm going to say 10 ride. Like, I very much enjoy it, but it is not a top 3, top 5 ride.
It's not a top anything.
You can't even debate it.
No, I agree.
Well, obviously, like, I'm not calling any people out, but like, I'm just going through my thought process.
I agree. I just don't know. I guess I'm gonna say.
And Ronto wraps are good.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they're both kind of.
But
just
like, I get how someone like maybe someone doesn't like a rap thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the hotter take?
Living with the Land.
Yeah, I just don't understand the Living with the Land take. Like I genuinely, like I said before.
Yeah, I think when other rides exist, you can't be saying that's your favorite.
No.
The best ride at Disney.
Consensus ones, like,
and it's a
in
greenhouse.
my opinion,
like you can see greenhouses other places. I don't understand.
This is the other thing too that I always say. Like, there's a thing as a best ride, and there's a thing as your favorite ride.
Yes.
Right.
Like, I fully admit that my favorite ride is not the best ride at Disney.
That's a good statement.
That's where I think there's the difference too.
Yeah,
that's a good statement.
I also think that there should be the person on the boat still. Kennedy sent me a picture of this like old thing that had a person standing on the boat.
You were talking about that. Where were you talking about that? Was it a different live?
Yeah.
Okay. I would rather die than have
really?
That person.
I hate the Jungle Cruise. I hate the safari because of the people.
Sometimes.
Like, I think that it really would affect me and be like, I have to be in the right mood to go on Living with the Land. But right now, I could go any time of day.
Yeah, and I mean, we have talked about this before, but you get very.
I get irked.
You can't handle bad guests,
right?
Even
cast
bad
members.
Yeah, not that any cast member is bad, but like we've had some poor safari drivers that it's just mild.
Yeah.
So I feel like that could happen with Living with the Land.
I don't need a person up there.
Yeah.
I got my little dude yelling at me, telling me all my info.
Yeah, I'll never forget that one safari. That's all I have to say.
That was crazy. That one safari. That was crazy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna vote for Living with the Land. Mm-hmm. Also, 73 people in here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe to both.
Do you know what your most has ever been?
I think that this is we're pretty.
I think the only other time that it was like the very first time when it was your birthday.
Was it my birthday? Was the first time that we ever went live? We had like 80 something. Yeah. But this is just like, thank you guys. Yeah. This is just
amazing. So many friends. Everybody wants to see the hot takes.
Apparently, this is like they live for the drama. So let's see what everyone else has to say. Where are we at here? Lindsay kicking us off with a vote for Living with the Land. Rev votes for Living with the Land. So does Cassandra and Steve and Brianna and Olivia and Laura all vote for Living with the Land. Lama Floof, Living with the Land gets disputed since Tron is right there. Alyssa votes for Living with the Land. So does Caden and Kennedy. Corey says a Ronto rap is not a mid-take. Brianna votes for Ronto. So does Liam. Kelsey votes for Living with the Land. So does Sammy and Becca. So does Corey and Maddie. Sisto says Ronto raps are good, but not for everyone. Lizette says tough, but I'm going to go Living with the Land. Whittle votes for Living with the Land. Sorcerer Maddie is also voting for Living with the Land. Queen Sammy with all the hearts, which I love these emojis. They're so fun. And there's all the links. Yeah, so if you're new to any of these guys here, go follow, subscribe. You won't be disappointed over there, let me tell you. But Living with the Land is the hotter take, is moving on. Mm-hmm. Next up, we got Haunted Mansion is the worst ride in Magic Kingdom versus Navi River is the worst ride at Disney World. Interesting. They're kind of on the same wavelength, just in like opposite ways.
Yeah.
I think though the hotter take is Haunted Mansion and Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah, because I would say Haunted Mansion's better than Navi River. So just that in itself means that Navi River can't be it
could be the worst if you're saying that. I think that there are worse rides in all of Disney World that are worse than Navi. That's what you're trying to say.
And that Haunted Mansion is better, so that Navi that's already like one that's lower on the list, so it's less hot. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. You're saying that Navi's closer to the bottom than Haunted Mansion.
Yes. So Haunted Mansion is hotter.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I would say that Haunted Mansion is probably one of the best rides in that park, and there's so many. So I think that's where it's like, I wouldn't have it anywhere near the bottom. I would have it for sure top 3 to me, like easily. Whereas Navi River, I could understand why someone would have that near the bottom, because if the one time that you rode it and there was no shaman and it was like, that stinks. Yeah. I could understand that, but I just don't think that Haunted Mansion is anywhere near the bottom. I think it's with Austin's kind of like thing of where it would be, I think it's nowhere near the bottom.
Yeah, like at first glance, I was gonna vote for Navi, but then I think like that was just more of like a bias on my part because I like Pandora. But I'm gonna think like for the whole, like Navi usually has like a long wait. If the girl's not there, you're mad. Like there's not a lot going on until you're at the end. Whereas like Haunted Mansion, you can get on like a walk on 13 minutes.
And there's stuff everywhere.
There's
like
stuff everywhere.
Queue, it's so
spooky. So I'm gonna vote for.
As soon as you even are walking up to that ride, like there's nothing else around it, so it gives you that kind of like, ooh, we shouldn't be going here.
Well, like sometimes the cast members are like a little bit out of the line, and they're like creepy in their little outfits and everything, and then there's like that carriage or whatever it is.
Agreed.
So all of us are in sync.
Yeah.
Let me see where we're at with the votes. A lot of Haunted Mansion in here. Alyssa kicking us off with a vote for Haunted Mansion. Lindsay votes Haunted Mansion. So does Kennedy and Llama Floof and Brianna and Brianna all voting for Haunted Mansion. Annie votes for Navi. Lizette votes for Haunted Mansion. So does Kelsey and Isabel and Olivia. Becca and Steve and Caden all voted for Haunted Mansion. Corey as well. Haunted Mansion being the worst is like Brandon not doing DCP. It just doesn't make any sense. Haunted Mansion is the hot take. Maddie votes for Haunted Mansion. So does Sammy and Whittle. Sisto says we have no comment. And Alyssa says Mrs. Sisto, how does it feel to have the hottest take on planet Earth? Aaron getting into the whole thing of Disneyland, Haunted Mansion, or Disney World. We already said, Aaron, that we feel like anytime we talk about Disneyland that people just like roll their eyes that we hate on Disney World. But I would say we wrote Haunted Mansion Holiday.
Yeah.
And I think that's exceptional. So I really liked that time that we wrote it.
Exceptional.
Laura votes Haunted Mansion. So does Wendy. Stacey's here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Votes Haunted Mansion. So does Liam. And there's more hot takes where that came from. So you can submit them for part 2. There you go. But Haunted Mansion is moving on. And to go up against Haunted Mansion on this side is Tron is better than Guardians versus Living with the Land is the best ride at Disney World. Okay, I'm going to say this from a perspective of general, like when I was a cast member. There were a lot of people who told me that Tron was their favorite ride after riding both. So I think that that's a closer comparison than saying Living with the Land is the best.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like, I don't think that Living with the Land is even close to the best ride.
Yes.
Okay, my only argument, I'm going to go the other way, is that Tron and Guardians are both coasters, and Guardians is a million times better. Whereas if you hate coasters, you're not picking either one of them, and you might pick Living with the Land.
Fair.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna say Tron because I just have like I like Tron. I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
But Guardians is way better. Like it's not even close. And they're the same type of ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have like I'm gonna say Tron.
I'm gonna say Living with the Land.
Yeah.
Because if you just hate coasters, you could pick Living with the Land, and
For sure.
But I think it goes
I
back,
just think the hotter take is that.
I think it goes back to me. It's like the same thing that we just did for like being like putting them on a comparison of like the best. And I just can't get behind Living with the Land. Like I'm like, I could ride that like down at our local greenhouse if we just put a river through there. Like that's how I feel when I sit there. I'm like, I love the earth and I love this, but like I did not come to Walt Disney World to ride this. Like that's how I feel. Like I can't.
I will say that Austin's good though with his rationale.
Yeah,
no, it totally makes sense.
Yeah, and like going back to the last one, like Haunted Mansion and Navi are both dark rides.
Yeah, that's fair.
One is like in water, but one is not.
Ride
but they're similar in the style of ride.
Yep.
So I feel like it's easier to kind of do that like
to compare
tier list.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, I'll vote for Living with the Land because I do have a good time on Tron, and I feel like every time that I ride it, I like appreciate it more. Living with the Land, I think that my ongoing like thing is that I just am like I just don't get it. Like when people would tell me that it's their favorite, like I just like I love that, but to say that it's the best, I
think that's another good thing is like what Caitlin said earlier of like the best versus favorite. I think
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I will say that Austin has a good point about the coaster.
No, I agree. That's
because
what I'm
that
saying.
like that is true as well. Because I also don't think there's any world where Living with the Land is the best like slow ride. Right. So I mean, they're like that is also true as well.
Yeah.
Fair.
So maybe my point is moot because of
one thing can be true while another thing is true.
Yeah. Lindsay votes for Tron. Cassandra votes for Living with the Land. So does Kennedy. Brianna votes for Tron. Brianna votes for Tron. Alyssa votes for Tron as well. Steve votes for Tron. So does Wendy and Sisto. And Corey and Caden all voting for Tron. Kelsey votes for Living with the Land. Isabel votes for Tron. Llama Floof says finally some respect on Tron. So funny. Whittle votes for Tron. Laura and Llama Floof are voting for Living with the Land. Corey says Austin's a genius. That's my golf partner. There you go. He really is a genius. Liam votes for Tron. Maddie votes for Tron. Aaron has taken Living with the Land to the grave. There you go. See, people, I don't know.
Well, maybe she hasn't written Guardians yet.
or
Tron.
Aaron's point is
Yeah.
Stacy says, I'm not a roller coaster person, and personally, I very, very much dislike Living with the Land. So saying that it's the best ride, that's the hottest take out of the two. Becca votes for Tron, and Sammy votes for Tron, and Whittle doesn't like the Living with the Land. I'm so sorry. I respect that people like it.
I respect it too.
Queen Sammy votes for Tron, and Aaron says, I'm proving Austin's point, I guess. There
that's
you go.
fair.
So what's our winner?
The Tron one.
Tron over Guardians. And the final matchup on this side is Haunted Mansion is the worst ride in Magic Kingdom versus Tron is better than Guardians. Caitlin's thinking.
It's Haunted Mansion. That's a way hotter take, I think. No, I think Tron.
Mansion, wait,
No,
what
I'm
is
voting
it?
Tron. No, it's Tron.
Haunted
I
Mansion
confused
is the
myself.
worst ride at Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
And Tron is better than Guardians.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tron is better than Guardians is a hotter take, in my opinion.
Wait, how could you even have any inkling that like it could not be a hot take that Haunted Mansion is the worst ride?
Maybe you're just super scared. I don't know. Like maybe you don't like
You know, like
But
scary.
it's not
dark spook-
scary.
Maybe you don't like dark spooky things and you get scared.
It's fair.
Whereas there's no world where Tron's better than Guardians. Again, like it's the same kind of point again, but maybe you're just a little scaredy cat and you hate
being
Haunted
scared.
Mansion for
I'm
that.
scared. These as we go, I think, just get kind of tougher,
They
and
get
they're
harder
and they're
and
so
harder.
different because, like you said, I don't think that Tron is better, but like when I think of like Haunted Mansion being the worst,
It's definitely not.
I think
that is just such
Yeah,
a
no,
not true.
but I-
both of them are very wrong in my opinion, but
but I know
I
what
just-
you're saying, Austin. I get it.
I
This is
think
weird.
the less wrong of the two wrong things,
Yes.
right?
the
Yeah.
more wrong
The
ones.
more
saying
wrong,
which
the
one's
more
the
wrong of the
most
two
wrong.
wrongs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Haunted Mansion. I'm
I,
gonna say that's the one that's more hot.
I'm like having a hard time now because I feel like now I'm trying to rationalize them more of like
Yeah.
I'm like I can see how someone could like Tron better than Guardians, even though I can't really. And then
I could
but
see
then-
both, like Austin
But then
said.
Haunted
though.
Mansion, like I'm like, it's not the worst ride though. Like there's like we said earlier, like the Barnstormer, like that is just facts. Like
But Austin's
Barnstormer
saying maybe you're
equals
afraid
worst.
of it.
But even if you're
Which is
afraid
fair.
of it, you know that it's not.
That's what I mean.
worse.
It's the wording of the worst
Yes,
ride.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it is not the worst ride.
Yeah.
But if you're afraid of it, you just won't ride it.
No,
Right.
I totally get
And-
that there's people out there. Obviously, this is
that's-
a take that was given. I'm saying for me, myself,
Yeah,
and
but you're
I.
not voting for yourself.
No, I am. I'm voting for what I think is the hotter take. So I am going to say that I think the hotter take is Haunted Mansion.
Okay, there you go.
I am too.
I'm gonna too.
Even though,
And
like,
you're going for Tron.
Yeah, I'm voting for him.
Austin's
And-
voting for Tron.
Mama Floof, I do not hate Tron. I very much enjoy
No, he does
Tron.
love
Out
Tron.
of us four, he
Austin's
probably
a
likes
Tron.
it
Yes,
the most.
I would agree.
Yeah, like I really enjoy Tron.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
I remember
just,
when
there's
we
no
wrote
planet
it.
where it's better than Guardians.
When we wrote it, like at the Halloween
You
party,
said- I
that
remember when you were like,
it
I
gets
actually
too much
like it,
hate.
yeah.
You liked it, yeah. For
Yep.
sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Lot for Haunted
It's
Mansion
hard.
here,
It's
I think.
hard.
Kennedy kicking us off with a vote for Haunted Mansion. Isabel is voting for Haunted Mansion. Lindsay's still voting for Tron. Sammy votes for Haunted Mansion. Brianna and Stacy and Alyssa and Corey all voting for Haunted Mansion.
You missed Lindsay, I think.
She already voted up
Oh,
there.
okay.
I just because it was spelt wrong.
Okay.
Sisto votes for Tron. Kelsey votes Haunted Mansion. Cassandra votes Haunted Mansion. Wendy votes for Tron. Caden votes Haunted Mansion. So does Brianna and Steve. Whittle votes for Tron. Becca votes Haunted Mansion. Llama Floof and Laura vote Haunted Mansion. Laura votes Haunted Mansion. Aaron's with Caitlin, I think. I love that. So funny. Olivia votes Haunted Mansion. So does Liam. And Emily, welcome. Thanks for being here. Votes for Haunted Mansion. And so does Whittle, switching the vote to Haunted Mansion.
Okay.
So what's the winner?
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion. All right. This is the midway point. We're on
only
to the other
midway.
side, midway. So here we go.
I feel like I'm getting more confused as we go along.
Every time I have to repeat it, like, okay, this is the hot take.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jungle Cruise is awkward and overhyped versus one of the craziest takes to me.
craziest take.
The new waffles are better than the old waffles at
That.
Sleepy Hollow.
That's the hot take.
Yeah.
Because I 100% agree with Jungle Cruise. That is the worst ride in Magic Kingdom. Just kidding. Don't flame me.
The waffles are crazy.
No, the waffle's a crazy thing to say.
Crazy.
I haven't tried the new waffles, to be fair, but I don't want to.
I have, and
Because I can tell
I
from the
haven't
picture
tried
they
them
didn't look good.
you haven't. No, because
I
I
watched it in your video and that was enough for me.
I tried them, and I'm going to tell you, for those that haven't had it, look at the picture on the right. Delicious taco, tons of Nutella. There's berries and banana. The other one, you have to pick if you want the berries or banana, and you can pay $1 to get the other, and you get whipped cream that melts in 2 seconds all over your waffle and a little bit of Nutella. I just can't. I don't
yeah,
get
it's
it.
like a drizzle.
Not the same.
I
I
don't.
wonder why they took it away.
Money.
It's just wrong. Jungle Cruise, I could understand how someone who like the jokes aren't landing. The cast member, it's just like I think that it would just be
I also
like,
think like as a
and the people on the boat.
the people on the boat like also make it because if you just have like a quiet crowd, then it's just like, oh wow,
Yep.
it's awkward.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I have to lean into it.
And I try to be the person who really tries to lift the cast member up if the boat's like not, you know what I mean?
I'm the worst. I'm like,
No.
I
I'm-
try my best, okay? No,
Okay.
because I have ridden it with good skippers because like
Yes.
we've known one or
Mhm.
two of the skippers. I don't think we ever got to ride with Gracie, but
Yeah,
like
No.
the
we
best.
rode with one or two of the skippers, and like there are definitely good skippers, and like we've been where we're like close. I feel like when you're closer to the skipper too, it's a little bit more fun
Yeah.
because maybe you're the one that they're interacting with more. Like
Yeah.
when you're at the back of the boat, nighttime, I don't like riding because I can't see anything. So it's
Mhm.
like, what's the point?
Yeah.
They're also like I know it's the point, but like all the animals are fake. So like
Caitlin's like, you're not fooling anybody.
I'm like I know they're all fake. So like I don't know what you want from me. You know what I mean? I know it's not gonna spray water. Okay.
It's so funny.
I know the
also-
hippo's not gonna tip the boat.
I love the like I think that it was one time, like I don't even know like when it was, and remember like in the
It was
dark
really
tunnel,
good.
it was so dark, nobody talking, like, and he just did like the Frozen 2 like and it was like
It was very funny.
so funny. So like I feel like that it does depend, but
Yeah.
the waffles,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, the
Emily.
waffles is the
That's a
hotter
crazy
take.
take.
We needed some
Emily.
clarity. Emily, you're new to the chat.
how about we let Caitlin explain because we all
Caitlin, go
explained
ahead.
already.
How you
Okay,
voting?
so the way you're picking is some people have submitted their hottest takes. We are voting on which take is hotter. So which take is the more like shocking take? Gosh, gasp. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah,
Claps.
yeah.
Props.
Well done.
Good
Yeah,
job.
perfect.
I'm voting for the waffle. We all voting waffle or
Yeah.
you're yeah.
Yeah, waffle.
Four for waffle.
I remember when that news broke and so many people sent it to me, and I was
Sobbing.
like, "This can't be real."
And you were there.
And
You
I said,
lived it.
"I'm gonna go boots on the ground and try." I was
You
there.
were in the trenches.
Didn't
was.
they just like take it away? Like
Yeah.
they didn't even
Yes.
give a warning. They just said
No.
she's gone. That
One
was,
day they woke up and they said, we don't gonna sell these anymore.
no.
Mine is just that, like, you can add the other fruit for $1 is crazy to me.
That is literally insane.
Queen Sammy votes for the waffles. Alyssa votes for the waffles. Kennedy votes for Jungle Cruise. Corey votes for the waffles. Maddie votes the waffles. Cassandra votes for Jungle Cruise. Alyssa votes for waffles. Brianna votes for the waffles. Brianna votes for waffles. Aaron says Jungle Cruise Loki feels like it's going to capsize every time. It actually,
It actually
I would
does.
agree with that. Like, and I'm also like the biggest person ever to be getting into that boat. I have to like really duck. It's like not for me. Kelsey votes for Jungle Cruise. Lindsay votes
The
waffles.
skipper that's literally 16 years old holding his hand out to like help you in the boat.
And then like, yeah. Every other person is like looking at me get on the boat. It's just like too much. Steve says Jungle Cruise is hot. Caden votes the waffles. Whittle votes for the waffles. Liam votes for waffles. Laura votes for Jungle Cruise. Bree and Jeremy are here. waffles for us, and it's not even close. Sisto votes for Jungle Cruise. Emily is with Caitlin. Olivia votes for Jungle Cruise. Becca votes for the waffle, and then people are getting into that they don't like Nutella.
I used to not until more recently.
Yep.
That's another thing. I never even got to have my own Nutella waffle at the park before because I used to not eat them, and then I liked them, and then they took them away.
Yeah.
Well, you used to think you didn't like Nutella, and you would do the same
Well,
thing with me,
no,
and
not
then
that I
you
didn't
had your
like-
own.
It was the waffle because I don't.
Oh
like,
yeah, sorry, the
Yeah.
waffles. Austin's a big waffle
Yes.
pancake hater,
Yeah.
but he had the waffle the one time with me. Like he had half of mine. He was like, "Oh, that's good," and then we always got our own. I think maybe 2 trips,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then
Such a shame.
You're also notorious for you'll say we can share, and then you just eat a lot of it, and then I'm like, I kind of wish I had my own. That's
Because
cool.
then I get sometimes it's hard because sometimes I don't think I like it, and then I start to have it. I'm like, I kind of like that.
It's fair.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
well, I can't share anything with him because he eats it so fast. I have no chance to even have a bite.
Mhm.
Lindsay says you can get a Mickey waffle anywhere else. They were wrong for getting rid of those. They really were.
Yeah.
Gianna's here. Welcome. Says that the new waffles is the hotter take, I think.
Mhm. You're right. Yep, you're right.
And then, oh my goodness, your last waffle was with me. That must have been my last waffle too.
Wow.
Because then I had the new one, and I've never had it again.
That's crazy.
Mona says new waffle is not better. No, sir. Becca says I also shared my last waffle. Hard regrets. And don't even worry. We are here to help.
Don't worry, we all needed extra help when we're
did.
not pregnant. So
We don't have an excuse. New waffles is the hotter take is moving on. Next up, we got Everybody Wants to Rule the World is the worst song. This was not submitted by me, but
sure.
I put it in here as a hot take because people love this song, as I've been criticized on the internet, versus Joffrey's is better than Starbucks. Now, this was submitted both ways. People said Starbucks is better than Joffrey's.
Yeah.
I thought the consensus, I would say people love their Starbucks. I could be wrong if it's the other way around that we think is hotter, but
Yeah.
these are our choices.
Gosh, this one's hard because when we're at Disney, obviously we can't get Joffrey's anywhere else. So when we're at Disney, I always will pick Joffrey's over Starbucks. And if Joffrey's isn't available, I truthfully just don't get a coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's my take on that. And then for I don't think it's the worst song. When we had it last time, I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of vibey.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is that the one that I thought was kind of vibey, or was the other one Iran? No, I hate that one. I don't like Iran.
the thing is yeah, I don't know.
So wait, what was the hot take on the Guardians?
It's that Everybody Wants to Rule the World is the worst
Worst
song
song.
on Guardians versus Joffrey's is better than Starbucks.
So then I think I vote for that one, the Guardians one, right?
Yeah, you would vote.
think
Yeah,
that's
because
cool.
you
Because I don't agree with
You
I don't
Joffrey's is
think.
better than Starbucks.
Yeah, I think Joffrey's is better than Starbucks.
Yeah, then you're
1,000%.
voting for-
That's not a hot take to me.
I don't think either one of these is a hot take. I agree with both of them. It is
Yeah,
the
fair.
worst song, and Joffrey's is better than Starbucks. But I can also see how people think that Starbucks is better than Joffrey's because I think there's more to get at Starbucks. And I feel like
Yeah.
Joffrey's is we just like it because it's you can only get it at Disney, and we like the shaky Jamaica. So
Well, I think too. I bet a lot of people get Starbucks because they don't even know.
That's what I
about
was going to
Joffrey's.
say.
You know what I mean? People in their day to day get Starbucks, and then they get to the park and they're like, "Oh, Starbucks." So then they
Mhm.
get Starbucks, right? So I because I fall victim to it. I think on our first trip we
Mhm.
got Starbucks more than Joffrey's, and then
Yeah.
we kind of realized oh, Joffrey's is kind of the local. You
Yeah.
know, the local mom and pop shop, which I'd rather support than Starbucks per se when we're there.
Mhm.
Because I like to try, the things that are local at
Well,
Walt
we just
Disney
can't.
World.
Well, we just don't have Joffrey's here.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm I'm gonna get it. Well, it's there. And I agree with Aaron that it's way it's better than Starbucks, I think. The coffee's better.
Right. These are both these are my most true statements, both of these in my head. I think that song to me is by far the worst. It's not even close. I think it's number 5, and then it's a cliff, and then everything else is above. And I think that Joffrey's, I would never go to Disney, ever get a Starbucks if I had the choice every time. Even though I have gotten Starbucks, it's more of just the crowd got Starbucks. I went with them, we got it.
Yeah.
But I would always pick out a Joffrey's. But I will say that me like in my head, the hotter take of consensus is the Joffrey's and Starbucks to me, because I am very vocal that song is my least favorite. Does that
Yeah.
or maybe I'm confusing myself on this one because I just agree with them both so much.
So what are you voting for, Brandon?
The Joffrey's.
I'm going to say that Joffrey's is better than Starbucks is a hotter take because a lot of people love Starbucks. Like Starbucks is like,
Okay, yeah.
Oh
fair.
yeah, that's fair.
in my opinion. And again, with that song, it's just, I don't know. These are both like my truest things if I look at these, so it's hard.
I agree. I that helped me vote because at first I was gonna vote for Everyone Wants to Rule the World, but like you said, I feel like in my head I can see that people like Starbucks, and I think that it's like there's more at Starbucks. I'm just gonna keep saying that there's more at Starbucks.
What I was gonna say, this could be someone's favorite song, like not on Guardians, and you could just like it. So
no,
that
I'm talking
I could
about
see.
on Guardians.
I know, but
But it could sway your opinion on what you think is better.
Because I love September. September is probably like my favorite song of all time. Like I love that because my dad would listen to it all the time. I just like love that song. So I could see why, if this is like your favorite song, or if it was your first time that you wrote it, I've also said that I would agree that I would understand that you would love it because it was your first time.
Yeah.
So that's why that I'm
having a hard time.
It's
I think that I don't mind that song at all on Guardians.
You don't, eh?
It's kind of vibey, like
I find it slows it down.
It slows it down, but
does.
it just kind of gives it a
cool.
Like I want to put on my shoulders, you know.
I want to go crazy.
Conga when I'm like shaking all my,
My thing with this ride is that you're saving the galaxy, and I don't want to save it to a slow song, which is in my head. But I understand why someone would like it. It's just not for me.
I don't know. I'm just gonna. I don't know.
This one's the most. I don't know which.
I'm gonna do the coffee.
So you guys are voting for which one again?
I voted for Everybody Wants to Rule the World is the hotter take.
I think that Joffrey's is better than Starbucks. I think that's the hotter take.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, got it.
Consensus of humans.
Yeah, I guess.
Where am I at here? Sorry, we just went on a big rant.
I know. I'm like, oh my gosh.
We're
ignoring the chat. We're not ignoring you.
We're not. We promise. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm having to scroll to find where I'm at. Yes, you also did. That was a very clear not sharing.
So you guys got your own.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
To end off.
Kennedy votes for Joffrey's. I knew that was coming right when I saw Kennedy pop in the chat, and I knew this.
Kennedy a Starbucks girl?
She's a Starbucks girly. Yep. She's a I will dare say a Joffrey's hater. Hater. Oh my goodness. Cassandra votes for Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Emily votes for Joffrey's. Lindsay as well for the Guardians one. Isabel for Guardians. Caden votes Joffrey's. See? Agrees with both. Sisto votes for the Guardians one. So does Corey. Aaron says that thinking everyone. Oh my goodness! Everybody Wants to Rule the World is the worst song when Conga is there. Is
Conga's so
diabolical.
Good.
I love
it.
Aaron, you haven't even written it.
Maybe she's talking about this song. Musical. I guess music alone.
Okay.
Kelsey votes for Guardians. Whittle.
Wait.
Also votes for Guardians. Alyssa as well. Brianna votes for Joffrey's is better than Starbucks. Oh no, sorry. Is agreeing that's true. So going Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Alyssa as well, the same. So does Laura and Sammy and Mona. Yes. See, this is what it is.
Yes, it's hard.
It's like my brain is so confused.
I think I may have voted for the wrong one by accident because I agree with it, but I feel like I should have voted for the other one, but it's fine.
It's fair. Joffrey's is elite. The Shaken Jamaican Order was the heart of our last French trip. Life-changing. Love that.
There you go.
Liam says both are valid. I think I agree with the Joffreys more, so I vote for Guardians. Wendy votes for Joffrey's. Bree votes for Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Exactly. See, this is what I think it is. If it's your first time or you like that song, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorcerer Maddie would agree. Gianna votes for Guardians. Lizette says unpopular, but Joffrey's is trash. There you go. Becca votes Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Sammy had this. This was also, I think this was your submission. This will be in the next one, that the Swan and Dolphin coffee shop is better than Joffrey's and Starbucks.
Ooh,
very interesting. Joe Mama votes for Guardians. Aaron says, I would ride Guardians to get Tears for Fears. There you go.
Wow.
Gianna,
Fears.
same girl.
This song.
This one. Everybody wants to rule the world. Aaron has so many questions. You can send me all your questions, Aaron. I'll answer any questions. Oh my goodness. Lauren's having justice. Everybody wants to rule the world. I'm so sorry.
Someone should have said they should get a Tim's at the
They should Canada. I was going to say, yeah.
No, I don't agree.
Well, they're putting in a new DVC like show place in there. Did you
see that.
In Canada?
Yeah. They're gonna have like one of the Polynesian.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, it's just a little showroom.
Yeah.
Oh, who cares? I thought it was a lounge.
No.
Oh my gosh, a lounge would have been cool by like the little waterfall.
You already have a lounge in there.
In Canada?
No, in Epcot, right
I know,
there.
Kennedy is a Joffrey's hater. Aaron loves, or sorry, she's passionate about her hate for Conga. Look, Caden's called.
Gotta ride it, Aaron.
He's a Joffrey's hater that she wanted to try the drink once but refused to pay, so I got it for her. It was my drink. And there we go. So what's our winner? This was all over the place, this one.
Guardians. Yes. The rule the world one.
See, I told you people like that song. I knew that.
Yeah, that's what I voted for.
Well, I don't.
Next up, we got Flight of Passage is so overrated versus Magic Kingdom Spring Rolls are so overrated.
Oh, that's tough. I would have been a Spring Rolls hater before, but we tried them on our last, and I literally went from these are so stupid expensive. Why would anybody spend our money on these? Blah, 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 to like, I don't know how I would go back to Magic Kingdom without getting them.
Interesting.
Well, yeah.
I don't think that Flight of Passage is so overrated.
No. I'm going to just say I'm voting that the hotter take is Flight of Passage is overrated because I've ever on my own paid for the spring rolls and got them, and I wouldn't.
Okay, got it.
I think that they're good, but they're like, I think whatever, like
I keep forgetting
$10.
No, they're $7.50.
No way.
Yes, they're $7.50 for 2 spring rolls.
Oh, I thought they were like $9 for 2 spring rolls.
Well, Canadian conversion, they're probably around 9.
Which, like, also, I'm the person that didn't care and a cronut. So let's be real.
Money like every day.
Yeah. No. I'm getting confused because when you were voting, it was me.
I almost just.
What the heck? But I'm just saying it again. Yeah, we need a help.
Fair.
Yeah, you are good. Which is
shocked at Flight of Passage. What are you saying, Brandon?
Because the viewership number just 148, and I said this can't
Whoa.
Right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then I was like, what's
What
happening?
the heck?
I'm sweating.
Right here.
I know. I'm like, there's people here. We have company.
Everyone heard you were talking about the spring rolls.
Spring rolls. They said no way.
No way, Jose.
But I guess it's not,
That's so funny.
Yeah,
we're fluctuating. If you're just
fluctuating,
we're flustered.
I don't know if anyone else can see or if we're the only ones that can see. I just was so caught off guard for a second.
They can see it. Look, they're saying.
Okay, I don't know. Sorry, that's just I'm not trying to. I was just like, is something wrong? Are we still on here? Like, what's up?
Are we live even?
Does anybody have? I guess so. So Caitlin, you're like, are you voting Flight of Passage though still, or you're?
I think so, right? Because that's the hotter take.
Yeah, that's
I'm voting Flight of Passage too.
But I'm saying those spring rolls are good. You gotta try them.
Yeah, 100%.
Some respect on
There were actually 3 people that said that Flight of Passage is a skip. It's overrated. Not like a lot of things. So
I wouldn't wait the 3 hours.
No. I wouldn't, but we wouldn't wait 3 hours for anything.
Yeah.
I would
wait 3 hours for Guardians?
No.
I wouldn't either. Yeah.
On our last trip when I came to, was it on the last trip when I came to visit you and I went by myself? Yeah.
To ride Guardians?
I waited. No, Flight of Passage.
Oh, Flight of Passage.
I waited. It was closed, but I waited like 2 hours by myself in that line. So.
Yeah.
I remember that Haley and Tommy told us that they waited for 4 hours in masks for Flight of Passage.
And that would have been in the summer.
When it was the summer when it reaoned in like whatever July.
Oh, you couldn't have paid me to do that.
And
that's so funny.
And they were waiting. So funny.
Aaron.
I think I think that's a hot take. I think that Flight of Passage is a top. And I used to never say that it was good because I never rode it because I could never ride
I
it.
felt so bad.
I think it's
We all downplayed it too for Brandon. We were like, it's good, Brandon, but it's not that good.
I think that it's one of the
and
best.
I'm like, it's my favorite ride, but it's not the best. I'm like,
You're like, it's not that great.
I was so happy that you could ride it.
So
Now.
funny.
That's so funny.
I think it's so good. So I'm gonna vote for Flight of Passage. What about Austin? What do you think?
Flight of Passage.
Same Flight of Passage.
We're gonna have to fight a couple people here at the bottom of the chat.
Oh boy.
Hi.
Glorified Soren, and a couple of people agreed.
Oh,
Glorified soaring is
wow.
crazy.
Okay, let's see. So,
Sammy,
I gotta pull up back here to see. So, Alyssa kicking us off with the spring rolls. Cassandra says Flight. Can't let the Flight of Passage get hate. Yes. Laura votes for the spring rolls. Brianna as well, which I knew this was coming, voting for the spring rolls. Sisto votes for the spring rolls. Bree has to sit this one out because it's too tough. Gianna votes Flight of Passage. So does Wendy and Aaron and Steve and Bailey. Kelsey. Kennedy's going to go with the spring rolls, though. Aaron says that Flight of Passage is appropriately rated. Corey's holding back Brianna. Whittle is a spring roll hater with a bunch of R's. Hater. Olivia.
Hater.
Yeah, Whittle hater. Emily votes Flight of Passage. The smell saves me forever. Brianna votes for the spring rolls. They are nasty.
They're not.
Yes, this is that's fair.
That's what I talked about earlier.
Yeah. Caden votes Flight of Passage. Alyssa is also going to vote for Flight of Passage. Lindsay as well, Flight of Passage. So does Bree. Lizette votes for the spring rolls. Brianna says that it's $9.50 for two. Interesting. Maybe.
Why'd you say maybe?
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's inflation. Maybe they used to be $7 and now they're just really jacking up to $10.
Since Caitlin went like 2 months ago.
Maybe. Where are we at? Sammy said, sorry, that was me. The Flight of Passage is my enemy. Laura's voting Flight of Passage. So is Tori. Look, everybody's stream's bugging out. Like, are we still, maybe we're not even on?
Yeah, we're on.
We're live for sure, but I think this stream did glitch.
I think so. I'm like, something was going
Something
on.
what happened?
Because the number is all over. It's been like
Up and down,
literally
up and down.
all over. So that's why I'm like, I don't know what's going on. What's happening? Aaron waited 3 hours this weekend. It opened.
This past weekend.
So funny. But yeah, there we go. It's all better now. We're all good. Okay.
Perfect.
So
FOP.
what's our winner, Heidi?
FOP.
Flight of Passage. Moving on. Next up, quick services are way better than sit downs versus Hollywood Studios is the half day park. What do you guys think?
Whoa.
Wow.
So there were quite a few people that submitted Hollywood Studios as a half day park. And I was trying to rationalize in my head, like, how in half a day could you get all the rides done? And I guess that like maybe you could, but I think it'd be hard.
I feel like the people that say any park is a half day park are people who only ride the rides. Like, because like I feel like the same thing with Animal Kingdom where it's like, yeah, you could get all the rides done in half a day and then go park hop. Versus like Hollywood Studios, like you wouldn't be able to get it done like by like noon, but like maybe by like 3 or 4, yeah, you could get it done and then go to another park.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you should skip the shows.
Me neither.
The way we always do it is that the first time we go into Hollywood Studios, we do every park really. We do all the rides, and then the next time we go in, we do all the shows.
Yeah.
That's like how we like to split it up.
But like to do the park, like if you had one day, like you can't do a half a day.
No,
I think there's just way too much there. Like I think like if you thought about all the rides, like if you didn't have Lightning Lane or even if you did, like I think there's just way too many things to do. So, but I also will say that saying that quick services are way better than sit downs. We're quick service people, but I feel like the food quality, I'm sure, at sit downs would be exceptional compared to some quick service. So,
I'm gonna say, yeah, that was like, this one's a hard one for me, but I think I'm gonna go with the Hollywood Studios because like out of all the parks, I think that this is one of the ones that's like, even if you're talking about rides alone, it still has like a lot of rides. And I get that you can like rope drop and get a lot of rides done, but like, I don't know, then you can just say every park's a half day park except for Magic Kingdom then.
Yeah.
If you're saying that, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think that Epcot would be more of a half day park than this for sure. Like, I know people love Epcot, but I think that you could be done Epcot in half a day if you didn't have any interest in eating or drinking anything. You'd easily be done. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm confused again.
I'm voting for the food.
Like, which is hotter?
Because you like.
There's no world in which quick services are way better.
Yeah, like
than
they're just.
Okay, so we're voting for the food.
Yeah.
We are.
Well, yeah, like
We are too.
You are too.
Because we're saying that there's no way that Hollywood Studios is a half day park.
Yeah, which is why I'm saying I think that's a hot take. Because for me, this is what I'm going to rationalize about the food.
What? Now I'm confused.
I'm going to explain. About the food, I think there is a world where quick services are better than sit downs because you're spending less time. So you can be just park, eating, going around. Whereas I just don't agree that Hollywood Studios is half a park. But consensus hot take, I would say that the food thing is a consensus. Like most people would see that and think that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why I vote for the food. But like for me personally, we don't do sit downs, and that's because you're picky and because I feel like we just are always doing something. So
you guys are gonna hit a wall one day. And I don't know how you haven't hit it sooner where you need to slow down.
I also think I also just think that like the price that they put on food, like I just like
here this is our new discovery.
So like realistically, like quick services are getting up there in price. So it's like, would you rather spend whatever, like $30 for 2 people on 2 meals at a quick service, or pay the extra like $10 a person to get an actual good meal?
But I don't think it's $10. Isn't it like $60?
No,
well, it depends where you go, right?
Like, like if you're going to character dining, it's going to be more expensive.
Like for example, like if your meal is like $14.99, you'd get a meal at a sit down for $24.99.
But like
$25.
Which one? Because like
I don't know. Like they're all
not a character meal. Like I feel like you guys always go to character meals if you do go to meals, so you're skewed for that way. Because
I like 50s prime time, but I don't know how much it costs.
That would be this like I think that would be like $25.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like quick services are just getting so expensive.
But I also think
and like yes, you are saving a little bit of money, but in my opinion, like you
also have to tip
to get the better food. Like you get a way better meal, you get more food, you get to sit for. I mean, like you guys
like to go. I get it.
But like have like an hour where you sit and you get to like refresh. Because really,
when you're having a quick service, how long are you taking? 30-40 minutes?
Yeah, probably.
Right? Yeah. So it's like, what's the extra 20 minutes and $20?
Yeah.
I mean, I know $20 is a difference. I get it. I'm not saying that, but it's just like in comparison, it's like, you could get a crappy burger at friggin' what's it called? Sonny Ray's, what's his name?
Cosmic
Cosmic Rays, or you could go to the Wayfinder burger at whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it just like depends what I'm comparing. Because in my head, I'm like, obviously if I'm like trying to eat at like Casey's Corner versus like a nice meal, then I'm like, But otherwise, if we're talking about like general consensus, I feel like I'm like, I'd rather eat at Woody's Lunchbox, or I'd rather eat like there's ones that I'd rather eat at.
That's fair. That's so fair.
But we're saying like as a whole.
I'm saying as a whole that saying that quick services are way better than sit downs is a pretty hot take.
Yeah.
Because of the food, like I think that the food
is better.
Is better food. Yeah. I think that we like what we like, so we just always go to like Woody's or like Flame Tree.
Mine is not even that Mine is not even that like I can assure that everyone like the food is better. It's just like I don't enjoy eating food, so I don't care to pay money to sit and eat food because I'm like, I will sit and eat this $2 piece of pizza and be just as happy
Mhm.
eating like a beautiful steak. Like I'm like,
I also
this is
think
nice.
that you've
I'm
had
like, I
a
don't
few
care.
you've had a few moments that I think have ruined sit downs for you because
Yes.
we went to Yak and Yeti and you got
And
like
that was
noodles
horrible.
and chicken and you didn't like it, and then
and then I like
since
cried.
then you just are like, I don't want to go to a sit down place. So I feel like that we gotta build you back up.
I think we have to build you back up
and go
because
to
I
some.
really like 50s prime
You
time.
really do.
And I feel like when I have those like good experiences, then I'm like, oh yeah, like I feel like that's
And,
You
like-
need to pick the places that have the food you like.
Yes.
That's
And-
what it is.
And
Yeah.
like you said, not a character meal that's $80 where
Yeah.
it's oh wow.
because that's the other one. Because then I'm like eating a buffet and I'm like, well, this is just I'm eating the mac and cheese
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah,
And,
no,
like-
that's not worth it, in my opinion.
And like, of course, like you even said, like Woody's, like we'll always go to Woody's. Like it's not like we're not. This isn't saying like every time you're getting a sit down meal for
Yes.
everything, right? It's just like if you have a dinner and what are you gonna pick? Like
it was
there's no
yeah.
like I'm like
it's
quick
a side
service
yeah,
isn't
it's like
as
a
good.
this was a side quest talking about
Yeah.
this, but like
Yeah,
yeah.
we're like really getting into it. But I don't even know what I'm voting for anymore because I forget how to vote.
And like I guess
for Hollywood Studios.
okay.
I guess the thing is like if you don't care about Star Wars and you don't want to do Galaxy's Edge, like maybe you can do Hollywood Studios in half a day. Like I don't know, like
right.
That's
You're
true.
right. Yeah. Whittle's gonna vote for Hollywood for sure. Gianna's gonna vote quick services are better than sit downs.
So what's you voting
Sisto,
for?
well, the other one. Yeah,
What? Hollywood?
I think so.
Okay.
Sisto says quick service. LaSalle will change your life if you like steak. Never been. Have you guys been there before?
yeah.
What?
On our honeymoon.
On your honeymoon, I was gonna say.
What one?
LaSalle.
Yeah, I was gonna want to go back, but it's so hard to go to La Celia because you always have the food booths to do when there's festivals.
Right. Wendy votes for Hollywood. Tori says also, I was the one that sent in that everybody wants to rule the world. It is the worst. Hooked on a Feeling and Dog Days Are Over should be songs over that one. It's fair. Aaron votes for quick services. Alyssa is voting for quick services and agrees with the Hollywood statement.
Wait. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Quick services.
Some of yours, Alyssa, are on the second one. Which will be there. But like again, I don't know like everybody's. I just know someone. I saw the name and I was like, oh, classic Llama Floof at the Toronto Guardians, which I was like, let's put it in there. Love it. Bailey's voting quick service. It's okay. All of us.
Yeah,
all
we're
of
all
us were
confused. I'm still confused, clearly.
Kennedy votes for quick service. Caden votes for studios. Tori votes for quick service. So does Bree. Steve is voting for Hollywood. So is Lindsay. And Corey. Cass votes for quick services. Brianna votes for quick service. Kelsey votes for studios. Brianna votes for quick service. Alyssa votes for studios. Emily's getting peer pressured and voting for quick service. Joe Mama votes for Hollywood Studios. So does Laura. Oh my goodness, where am I at? Studios is the hotter take for Celia Found Wonderland. Lizette votes for studios. Laura votes for quick service. Mona votes for studios. Brianna votes for quick service. So does Becca. We're bringing this again because you don't eat back yet. Where are we at here? Everybody's laughing at us. This is hilarious. Our whole breakdown. Her Kaylin justify expensive food.
I'll justify it, girl.
Steve with the comment.
I know, Steve.
So
calling
funny.
you
Corey
out.
says just pay for the AC, Diet Coke refills, all the things. Sunny rays, that was funny. Girl math, all the things. So again, everyone should
Oh
come.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
you can find Kennedy there at Le Cellier.
Oh yeah.
So fun. Skylar's here. Welcome. Votes for quick service.
I feel like I feel like
Hollywood
now-
Studios takes me days multiple, and now Aaron wants to go to Le Cellier. There's no way.
It's not, but like it's very close,
It's
and
so
it was really
close.
hard to keep track. But I think it's this one. I think it's
Okay.
this one. Was this also a vote? Because then it is. The Hollywood
Um,
Studios.
I guess so.
Yeah. Okay. Then I think it's that. We're not going
Okay.
to count it.
Well, I can't recount it.
We can't
but
recount
Studios being a half day park is the winner by
Ooh.
2
2
points.
votes.
It was very close. That's
Very
the closest
close.
so far. I feel
No,
like,
I think that was a close. I
Mhm.
agree though with it that being close.
yeah.
Also, you guys
Space-
just have such funny viewers. Everybody's so funny in the chat.
Oh my god.
I know, that's
This
funny.
literally, this is why like I wish that we could go live every weekend because it's just I just get all my laughs in this chat.
It's a
It's
good
like my
laugh.
favorite
Cool.
thing.
Everybody's so funny. Everybody has the best little one-liners.
Yes, it's
Oh
so
my
good.
gosh.
Space Ranger Spin is way better than Toy Story Mania. versus Disney World pricing is reasonable.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When we went on our honeymoon 7 years ago, we paid, it was like $90 a night at Pop.
That's crazy.
And now what is it, like 200?
Yes.
At least.
Come on.
I
Saying
will-
that, though, like, I don't know.
What?
I think it's like Disney World pricing is reasonable. Like everything is
No, it's
expensive.
fair,
Like
it's
everything,
fair.
like
Now expensive, yeah.
like I don't know. You're going to a premium destination. Like
Yep.
No, it's so fair because when I get home, like when I get home from Disney and I have like people at my work, like one of the ladies just went to Disney with her kids over spring break. And the first thing she said to me when she got back was, "It's so expensive there. Like, how do you guys go there so much?" And I'm just like, I don't know, because we literally don't do anything else. Like
Right.
that's what we prioritize. So it's like when you talk
Yeah.
about price, it's like that's just what we prioritize in our like day to day so that we can do that. So it's like, I don't think is it reasonable? I don't know. To us, maybe it is, but like
I just think this could be crazy too. I think that Space Ranger Spin sucks. Like I just can
why
never.
they're redoing it.
yeah, they're like they're
Full
refreshing
reno.
it.
Thank goodness, because
Also,
which
why don't
again,
they just take it out?
not to bring up Disneyland, but theirs is just way better.
But
Like
also,
to-
why are
to
they
take-
redoing it? Just take it out.
because it's not good, and I think that it like a lot of people can ride it because it just keeps on moving, so it's like a smart thing to keep it. But like to be able to take off the
Yeah, I know,
blaster
it's
is
way
a
easier.
game changer. Like
Mhm.
Well, that's
I
what they're
just-
doing to the new one in
know.
Magic Kingdom.
which is why that I'm saying that's like way better. But at this current moment, to say that it's way better than Toy Story Mania to me is crazy. But the pricing thing, I think, is also like you said, like it's subjective. Things always go up, so I feel like clearly we keep on coming back, so it can't be that terrible.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, like
We just signed our life away to the dang thing.
mhm.
Yeah, I also think it's like everyone is always like, I think that if you do Disney correctly, like I think that it's hard because if you're not used to going and you're going one time and you're just like sending it and you're gonna stay like wherever and you're taking all 4 kids, like then yeah, it's like whoa, that's gonna add up. But if you go often and you know the tips and tricks, you can
Fair.
make it.
And there's
cheaper.
deals and things. Yeah.
There's deals.
Okay. With
I'm
that
voting
being
for
said,
Mania.
I'm voting for a Space Ranger Spin.
Space
I'm
Ranger
also
is
voting Space Ranger
better
Spin.
than Toy Story Mania. Yeah,
And-
because I think
and you
Toy
know
Story
what?
Mania is better.
Like I think after the renos and everything, it very well could be, but like
Agreed.
in its current state, like
Yeah.
no.
Agreed.
Yeah. I've never sniffed a galactic hero ever. Like I'm never close. I wish. I
I
wanna
was
be at
so
some-
close.
You were
Our
so
last
close.
trip. Oh my god, I was so close. I've never done it before. Valid. Like the only time I've ever done it was when we got stopped and we were in one room for like ever, and I just like got max points. But this time, like you did help me, like because you
Cool.
told me where to shoot.
Corey and I.
Yeah, Austin
Did-
and Corey got it on the same car.
Yep, Galactic
that was
Heroes. Yeah. I also just love all the comments because there's
It
just
was
a bunch of,
electric, Corey. It was electric.
like tapping the credit cards.
That's what I do.
Brianna
I
says
don't pay for it. The mouse does.
slaps credit card on every
On desk,
every other month for a Disney trip. So funny.
We already know that for you guys, Brianna.
And also, I just love this because Aaron, thanks for validating us that we can bring up Disney. Appreciate that.
But it's because Aaron lives at Disney World.
Right. Okay.
So
Aaron, come on with us.
that's her like trip.
You can come on here and we can just talk about
Talk
Disneyland for
Disneyland.
2 hours. Let's see where we're at here. I think this one's gonna be like
Close?
50-50
Okay, I'm gonna
close.
focus.
Focus. Yeah.
I love how all of us in the chat are like people aren't even thinking about voting for
It's literally da-da-da. Who cares? Okay. Kennedy, where am I at here? Well, because Mr. Corey says Disney even said their pricing. Is it reasonable? LOL, pricing is hot. So that's a vote, I guess, for the pricing, potentially. Kennedy votes for Space Ranger Spin. So does Maddie. Bailey votes for the pricing. Brianna votes for Space Ranger Spin. Cass votes for pricing. Alyssa's going Space Ranger Spin. So is Emily and Whittle. Caden votes for pricing. So is Gianna. Space Ranger Spin and Space Ranger Spin, 2 votes there. Steve says I'm Canadian, pricing is hot. Fair. Kelsey votes for Space Ranger Spin. Although pricing is awful, I keep giving them my credit card. True. Where am I at here? Wendy votes for Space Ranger Spin. So is Sisto. Oh, here he goes with Disneyland. So funny. Tori is voting for Space Ranger Spin. Bree votes for pricing. Lindsay votes for Space Ranger. So does Olivia. Alyssa also votes for Space Ranger Spin. Lizette and Celia and Brianna all voting for Space Ranger Spin. So there we go. Watching Austin and Corey get a galactic here on Caitlin and Brianna's vlogs was the closest I have ever come. I would agree. I literally have never been close because my partner who I sit with also never been close.
I don't get it.
Spending money on Disney is investing in my sanity. There you go. And Aaron's in. We'll just come on here and everybody will just roll their eyes everything that we say about Disneyland.
I have nothing against it at all. Obviously, I want to go.
I'm totally kidding. Which one's the winner? Space Ranger Spin. Intro. I didn't think that would be the one, but there it is.
Everybody's willing to spend that coin.
Star Wars is overrated. Versus
as a whole.
That was what the person said. And it was someone's husband.
We will rise up against this slander.
And it said Star Wars is so overrated versus Magic Kingdom is overrated and the worst park of the four.
Honestly,
it's clearly my vote is for Star Wars.
Right.
Because honestly, like this is kind of the whole point of the park, but Magic Kingdom nostalgia is like its biggest up.
Yeah.
Whereas all three of the other parks have so much like more like different identities and like what they provide. I think I could see it as being the worst park.
I just think the Star Wars as a whole is so overrated. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I think that's a Disney fan that didn't like that Disney bought Star Wars and then put it in the parks.
Yeah, like that's.
But why don't you just embrace it? That's my thing. Like that's what I did because I wasn't really a Star Wars fan. Like I didn't really get it. But then Disney bought Star Wars. Austin was a Star Wars fan, and so I said, "Oh, teach me. I want to know." And now I love it. I'm a little Star Wars girl, and I literally cry about all the Star Wars girlies. Because if you're girlies in the chat, if you're not into Star Wars, from the biggest girly here, okay? The girlies of the Star Wars universe make Star Wars what it is, okay? Okay? Star Wars is not overrated, okay? What's Aaron saying in the chat?
I was gonna say, where is Aaron? I don't know. We'll get there. I don't know. See, this is again.
So she says Star Wars is overrated.
This is coming from like I feel like I'm an in between. I'm not a super crazy Star Wars fan, but I really like it. Like every time that I'm exposed to Star Wars, I just like love it. Like the games, the parks, the characters. Like every time that I've ever watched anything Star Wars or played it, like I just like love it. Which the other day I also finished the game and I was like blown away by the game. I could see Magic like being overrated because I do think it is overrated. It's everybody's favorite and it's just not my
always
favorite.
Crowded. It's always busy.
But my worst park is Epcot. So this is like a hard one. I think though, saying that Star Wars is just plain overrated, I think is because like there's no aspects that you think are good or properly rated. I think is just like you said, Star Wars as a whole is crazy. So I'm gonna vote Star Wars is overrated is the hotter take.
I keep forgetting how to vote.
I think I will vote that Magic Kingdom is the hotter take as we're bringing it back to this whole general consensus. Because I think, do I think that Star Wars is overrated? Absolutely not. But I think the general consensus of all the humans going to Disney World, people do not think that Magic Kingdom's overrated. People, every time that you're like, if you're going to one park, what park are you going to? Magic Kingdom. It's the most Disney kingdom. That's what I think. So I think technically I would vote for Magic Kingdom being the hotter take. Do I agree? No. But that's a hotter take. I think.
I'm gonna, because I have I'm
It's just
clearing
hard
my
to
thoughts. I'm clearing my thoughts right now, so I have to speak.
It's just hard to vote on movie versus park.
It is, yeah. It's very
Franchise versus park.
Okay, so I am not a Star Wars person. I've never seen the movies. I don't know anything about it, but I'm gonna vote that Star Wars is overrated. Is a hot take, is a hotter take, because I think that I haven't even seen it, but I just know that clearly it's got to be good to some extent, because it's like how I think of Marvel, where like if someone says that Marvel's overrated, like I'm not like a super Marvel stan, but I just know that Marvel is not overrated, and I feel like I have to think of it the same way. And I can see that Magic Kingdom is like, I can see that like in my head, I don't think it's overrated, but I think that like it's not my favorite, it's not the best, and it can be like the worst park in my head. That makes sense of how I voted, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I also think that when I saw this one, I was like, Austin like is gonna just hate this take. He's gonna be like so sad. Star Wars.
Did we all vote?
We all voted. Yeah.
So
Okay,
wait, you voted Star Wars, and then the three of us voted Magic Kingdom?
No, I voted Star Wars.
Oh no, Heidi voted Star Wars. We voted Magic Kingdom.
No, Brandon voted
No,
Star
I
Wars.
also voted Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Mine makes sense though, right? What I said?
Yeah,
you feel like the general
because you said
consensus.
that general.
I feel like for the general consensus, I don't agree with it because somebody
Yeah.
else said it here. Magic Kingdom's a hotter take, but Star Wars has my heart, and it's not overrated. Like that's what I think.
Yeah. A lot of votes for Magic, though. Emily and Corey and Cass, Lydia as well, saying both are so hot. Bailey votes for Magic. Alyssa votes for Magic as well. Aaron says, if I say my answer on this one, y'all might block me. Brenna votes for Magic. Whittle votes for Magic. So does Lindsay and Becca and Tori. Corey voted wrong, so we'll switch it up after. Gianna votes for Magic. Star Wars is Corey's vote. So is Brianna's. That's a hot take. Kennedy votes for Magic. So does Caden and Jomama and Kelsey and Aaron and Laura all voting for MK. Wendy votes for Star Wars. Brianna votes for Star Wars. Lydia says that Magic is the hotter take. The nostalgia makes it so good. Where are we at here? Ray's my girl. I love Ray too. Every time when I was at Tatooine, everybody would slander Ray and all the new movies, and I was like, those are the only ones that I've seen, and I like them, and I like Ray. And then I remember that I watched again, which I had seen as a kid, like the sequels, but then I watched them, and I was like, they're good. Yes, don't park and drive. Which obviously like you may have to, but I remember that we drove when my dad rented a car. We drove, and he paid for the premium parking, thinking that we're not gonna have to walk or take the tram, and we still did. And he was like, "What is this? We still have to walk." And I was like, "Yeah, and we got to take a boat across." We're nowhere near. Does that mean we're playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 multiplayer soon? I have never played that. The game that I was referring to.
We played Battlefront.
That's iconic, yeah. That's a classic.
That's a good one.
Classic is oh my gosh, is it like
Jedi Survivor?
Yes, I was gonna say, because the other one's Fallen Order.
Help
think
him. He
Well,
doesn't
'cause
remember.
I'm confused with them. Lizette voting for Magic, so is Celia. I wish we voted on which one we agreed with, says Corey. I know. I
It'd
feel
be
like
easier to
Yeah.
memo.
but it's because we're deciding what's the hottest of the hot
Yes.
takes. Kay votes for Star Wars.
See
Sorcerer
Skylar.
Maddie as well.
Skylar's just joined. So Skylar, you're voting for the one that you think is like the crazier take, like
yeah, the
so that
crazier
you
statement.
disagree with kind of more.
But what's our winner? MK.
MK,
Yeah.
I wasn't keeping track because it was MK.
MK. Moving on. Next up, the Muppets don't need their own show or attraction.
Agreed.
Versus resort days are better than park days.
Oh,
That's a hot take.
that's.
What are you going
Hey,
to Disney for?
I agree. The Muppets don't need their own show or attraction, so this is an easy vote for me.
Yeah.
I could be. I'm fine. Like, yeah.
Don't
What-
say that to Kirby.
Goodbye.
People
Austin
and
also sleeps through the movie every time.
Yeah, I watched it last trip. There's video
Last trip?
evidence.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You fell asleep.
Oh no, that was Carousel
that was
Progress.
Carousel of Progress you were
Mm,
awake for, honey.
my other
I think resort days are better than park days is one of the hottest in this bracket. I think
Yeah.
that I can't wrap my head that I wouldn't go to the park.
Resort days supplement park days.
Yes.
But even then, we don't even do real resort days. We do like a resort morning.
We do high speed resort days.
And then party or after hours or something
Yeah.
at night. Like we don't even fully stay away. Like that's
I just don't get it because like I get there's a lot to do at the resorts, but like if I'm only going to Disney and going to a resort, I can go literally anywhere else on the planet.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like absolutely, I could go down the street to somewhere here.
They go hand in hand because I feel like the beauty of a Disney resort is they're so great, but they help you if, like you said, like you need a break or you want to take like an off day. But to fully like replace the parks with just being at a resort, I couldn't do it.
It's crazy.
We've done the trip where like we stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge and we didn't go into the parks those days, but
for 2 days.
But for the full trip, we still went into the park.
Well, and that was 2 days after a 24-hour drive.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of like rest and recover 2 days before the vacation.
Yeah.
And like maybe in the moment after 5 days, 5 12-hour days, and you're sitting by the pool, like maybe in that moment it feels amazing and like a better day, but
no.
But I agree with Heidi. Like, I'd rather just spend the $700 and go to an all-inclusive in Cuba.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, those poor Muppets guys. We just we're not the Muppets people. There are people that are like.
There's lots in the chat.
Yes. What I was gonna say, who are so sad that Muppet Courtyard's closing, but they're taking over Rock and Roller Coaster. So I guess that's a good.
I think that's gonna be funny.
Yeah, that will be fun.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna hear Animal going,
like a bunch of drums. I just again the resort days are better than park days, just not for me. So let's see what everyone else has to say.
To say they're better than park days is crazy.
Crazy. There was also someone who said, I think someone said like resorts are what make Disney magical, which I was like, okay, like I think that when you check in, that's great, but resort days are better than park days. When I saw that, I said, I can't. All right. Whittle kicking us off with a vote for the resorts. Kennedy votes for Muppets. Caden votes for Muppets. Emily votes for the resort days. Brenna votes for resort days. So does Cass. Hannah's here. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Votes for resort days. Alyssa is voting for resort days. So is Wendy and Steve. Brianna and Corey, they would agree with both. So they're not going to vote for either. That's fair. Kay votes for Muppets. Kelsey votes for resort days. Lydia is just like too stunned to speak. Gianna's fired up about the Muppets one. I love that. Brianna votes for Muppets. Skylar votes for resort days. Becca does as well. So is Tori. We got Kelsey changing her vote to Muppets and Celia voting for Muppets. Bailey would agree with both, so I can't vote on this one. Gianna says the resort is the hot take for general population. Lizette votes for Muppets. Lydia's voting for resorts. Lindsay votes resorts. Hallie's here. Welcome. Votes for resorts. Oh my goodness, it's jumping. Gianna says, fun fact: Kermit is giving the commencement speech at the university I graduated from. Graduation ceremony this year. That's
cool. Wow.
That's cool. And then Emmy is late, which was all good. And says, I love the Muppets, but gotta go for the resort days. Is he gonna give us backstage passes? Who knows? We'll see. But resort days is the hotter take moving on.
Hotter take. Okay, no, right. Yes.
We're coming to the end of this side here for the first round. Happily Ever After is so overrated versus Lightning Lane is better than Fast Pass ever was.
Wow.
Jeez.
How about just the fact that Fast Pass was free? Are we forgetting that?
Yeah. I tried to rationalize in my head when I saw it, when I was like, is it maybe because you can pick like 3 things? But then I'm like, because
you can do that with Fast Pass.
I know, but I'm saying like because the parks are so big, like I don't know.
What? What are you talking about?
I tried to rationalize that one, but I couldn't. I'm saying that's a super hot take to me.
You're saying like you can't rationalize that Lightning Lane is better.
Yes.
Okay.
Than Fast Pass ever was.
But like, which is more hot? I don't know.
No, Lightning Lane is so hot. That is way hotter.
So you're saying that that Happily Ever After isn't overrated?
I'm saying that some people think it
Our
is.
fireworks show together is not overrated.
Some people think it is. But yeah, same as Brandon. Like I what argument do you have that Lightning Lane's better than Fast Pass? I can't think of one. It's the same thing, but it just was free.
But it's literally freaking $40 for a couple to go.
That's why that I couldn't, like, I was like in my head, how can I like see this hot take? And I was like, I don't.
Yeah, so then I vote for Lightning Lane.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think Happily Ever After.
That's ridiculous.
I'm just kidding.
The Happily Ever After slander is not
I won't.
appreciated.
But yeah, the Lightning Lane, I just can't. You as well, you're voting that way.
Yeah.
Is that
Let's see. Emily kicking us off with a vote for Happily Ever After. Whittle votes for Lightning Lane. Brianna votes Happily Ever After as well. Alyssa votes for Lightning Lane. So does Cass and Gianna and Celia and Kennedy. All voting for Lightning Lane. Kate votes for Lightning Lane. So is Sisto. Hallie votes Lightning Lane. Where are we at here? Olivia voting for Happily Ever After. So is Corey. Bailey votes for Lightning Lane. Kelsey votes Happily Ever After. Steve votes for Fast Pass. Lindsay votes Happily Ever After. Wendy votes for Lightning Lane. Brianna votes for Lightning Lane. So does Emmy and Becca and Tori and Hannah. All voting for Lightning Lane. Bree votes for Lightning Lane. In this economy, we need free Fast Pass.
That's what I mean. What are you guys saying that Lightning Lane is better?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Lower your voice. I think that was to me saying that Happily was rated, and then Alyssa saying "say it louder" for the people in the back. Skylar says Lightning Lane is hot. Anna and Elaine are voting for Lightning Lane, and that means that Lightning Lane over Fast Pass is the hotter take. And we are up to the second round, so now we can go a bit quicker because we know this. I think that the waffles is burning to me.
Yeah.
The waffle.
I dare to say that the waffle was, like, I think one of the best, like, breakfast options in any park that you could have had.
For sure, in Magic Kingdom it was. Like, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I don't.
As a quick service.
Yeah.
Like Woody's, like I'd say a breakfast tachos is I would prefer over that probably.
Because you're more of a savory than sweet breakfast person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
it was like top 3.
Yeah.
So good. So all of us are voting waffle. We'll see what everyone else has to say. A lot of votes for the waffle, kicking us off with Mr. Corey and Brianna are both voting for the waffles. Whittle votes for the waffles. Kennedy votes everybody wants to rule the world. Lydia votes for the waffles. Celia and Becca voting for waffles. Alyssa and Caden voting for the waffles. Bree says, so we don't think Lightning Lane is better because that is the hotter take, or did I just vote wrong?
That's correct.
Correct. Yeah. We got Olivia voting for everybody wants to rule the world.
I love this whole 2 hours has just been, wait, did I vote right?
Yeah.
Cass
everybody
wants to rule the world. We got a vote for the wait, the waffle is giving ego. Oh, interesting. Ego. I was like, oh, the waffle has an ego. I was like, oh, that's pretty hot.
I think it's ego.
Ego, yeah, makes sense. Interesting.
No, the waffle's not getting ego.
Emily votes for Guardians. Hallie votes for the waffles. Sisto votes for the Guardians one. Brianna votes for waffles. Kelsey votes for Guardians. Gianna and Skylar vote for waffles. And Steve is voting for the waffle because he doesn't like the Nutella. Anna and Elaine vote for waffles. And I'm sorry, yeah, it makes sense that it was Eggo. No, the waffle's giving emo. So funny. So the waffle is our winner, is the hotter take. Next up, Flight of Passage is overrated, and Hollywood Studios is the half-day park. Flight of Passage.
I always get confused when I'm looking at these.
But I think
Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, because I don't think Hollywood Studios is a half-day park.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, Hollywood Studios.
Sorry, I had to take a picture of the cat.
It's okay. That's fair. I just think that Flight of Passage is like, I just don't understand how it's overrated. I don't know. But I also don't understand how Studios is a half-day
I'm
park.
gonna
either.
go. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go with Flight of Passage because I also don't get how it's overrated. And the studios, I mean, someone can say they can get all the rides done. I don't know.
I just don't think that you could though get them all done. In my head, I'm trying to think like
If
You
you
couldn't get them all done. You'd have to not do something.
Well, what about Lightning Lane?
Lightning Lane, yeah.
but even still, I don't think.
Yeah, you rope drop
Yeah, I
to the
guess
right. You rope drop to the right. You just get on Rise, and then you can get on everything else.
I don't know. I don't know. It just
I'm not talking about like on Christmas Day.
it seems like there's too many heavy hitters that you couldn't do it in half a day.
well,
Like,
what's half a day? Totally.
I don't think you could do it in a half day.
like between Rise, Toy Story Mania, Toy Story Mania, if you want to include
Mickey
that.
and Minnie's.
I guess the only
Mickey.
one that
There's Tower and Rockin' are both long.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
saying go Tower, Rockin', and
Like,
Mickey
yeah.
and Minnie's in the morning. Get Rise for later. Millennium Falcon is now like a walk on.
Sometimes, not always.
I'm
Sometimes
talking
it's
about
busy.
on a regular day.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see it. But I
The
also
only one though is what's that one? Slinky Dog is hard to get on.
Yeah.
That.
So yeah, maybe not.
And I think all the rides, like there's even though you're not hitting like the big hitters, you still have to do all the other ones too. Like
Yeah.
for it to be considered a half day, I feel like people are saying they're doing everything in half a day.
Yeah.
Star Tours, baby.
Well, just for what they want to do, right? Like, if you don't
Yeah.
have to do absolutely everything.
No, I
but
get it.
yeah, I'm saying I'm voting Hollywood Studios.
There we go.
I
So
would vote Hollywood Studios as well.
we're split
We're
50-50. All right. Kennedy kicking us off with a vote for Studios. Emily votes for Flight of Passage. Caden votes for Studios. Brianna also does. Lydia and Corey vote for Flight of Passage. Bree and Whittle vote for Hollywood Studios. Cass votes for Flight of Passage. Celia and Alyssa and Sisto vote for Hollywood. So does Olivia and Lizette and Steve. Wendy votes for Flight of Passage. Brianna votes for Studios. Emmy votes for Flight. Laura votes for Hollywood Studios. So does Kelsey and Anna and Elaine and Becca. Skylar votes for Flight of Passage. And Hallie says Hollywood is the best. So I'm kind of
Studios.
surprised, but I guess it is because it's not achievable maybe. So people are like, that's the hot
Yeah.
take. So
Yeah.
Studios is the half day park. Is the hotter take in this one. Next up, Space Ranger Spin is way better than Toy Story Mania versus Magic Kingdom is overrated and the worst park.
Space Ranger Spin. I'm
I
voting.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think that's a hotter take.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because
Like even personally, like Magic Kingdom is my like number 3 or 4 park.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I can see that for sure.
yeah, and I just again when you can like Space Ranger Spin to me is like which now they're gonna obviously like redo stuff. To me, it was the most like whatever, it can sit there and be bad and not work, but who cares? At least
Well,
now they're gonna fix it up.
Yeah, it's like what Haley calls it, which I can't say it, but isn't that this right?
But no, that's the one that's at Disneyland, but it's because it's
same
called
ride.
it's because it's called Astro Blasters, so she called it something else.
Yeah.
Fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks, people.
Like
Fill in the
we
blanks.
can't say it, but your brain can tell you. But yeah. So
Why is it called something different if it's the same ride?
I don't know.
It's weird.
I guess I don't know, but I think that's a hot take because every time that I ride that ride, I'm so enraged that my gun doesn't work and I do so poorly that I'm just like I can't stand
Well,
it.
you know what? I didn't realize how much I didn't really care about that ride until this last trip. I think Brianna, like when we were walking past it a couple times, she was like, "Oh, we could just go jump over on that," and I was really just like, "I don't care." Like I'm like I couldn't be bothered.
So all of us are voting for Space Ranger Spin.
Yep.
Wow, a lot of votes for Magic though here in the chat. And Whittle, yes. Star Tours is still fun. I'm a freaking flyer. I would agree.
Our last Star Tours was insane.
Mhm.
We were literally like this. And
Yeah.
like, if we didn't have a belt, we would have been on the screen. I couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe.
That's funny.
And to think that ride used to be a ride through the body.
That's
Crazy.
Kennedy votes for Magic. Corey votes for Space Ranger Spin. And then here's the Magic wave here. Caden and Lindsay and Brianna and Cass and Emily all voting for Magic. Celia votes for Space Ranger Spin. Lydia and Laura all voting for Magic. Alyssa votes for Space Ranger Spin. Whittle and Olivia and Emmy are voting for Magic. Steve votes for Toy Story. Brianna votes Magic. So does Sisto. And Kelsey and Lizette and Skylar all voting for Magic. And Elaine voting for Space Ranger Spin because we have ridden multiple times when our vehicle has simply not worked. Excited that it's getting the upgrade. I would agree. I feel like that I'm hitting the target, which also could be human error. Like I want to say that I could just be doing it wrong, but I feel like I'm doing so well, and I'm like, how is it not? You know,
what you have to do is right when you start, you have to get a wall close to you and line up your target and see what, because sometimes you think you're pointing straight, but your little laser is going sideways, and then you have to adjust.
Because sometimes I'm playing and I'm like, I am just crushing this. Like I got it, and then I look down and I'm like, what?
You're like 1,000 points.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I'm in the wrong seat. Like this can't be mine. Becca votes for Magic. Hallie does as well. Wendy votes for Space Ranger Spin. And that's allegedly, I'm pretty, like, again, I don't want to be the spreader of Disney knowledge because I don't think I know everything, but
the $1 billion animatronic.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen when I watch the video online. It literally is the same vehicle. The screen comes down and like it looks exactly the same as Star Tours. I could be fully wrong, but maybe they just got rid of it. But Space Ranger Spinner, Magic. I was thinking in my head that I wanted Space Ranger Spinner. Magic is moving on. We're almost at the end here. Resort days are better than park days versus Lightning Lane is better than Fast Pass ever was.
That one, Lightning Lane. People, Fast Pass was free. Like, what are you saying that Lightning Lane is better?
I also
the fact that it is free dollars, free.
I also laugh because it's like, and everyone doesn't use Lightning Lane. Like,
yeah,
nobody. Like, who in this chat's using Lightning Lane? Like, probably not a lot of people.
And like, we all say that park days are way better, but maybe we like roll our ankle or something one day, and we got to have you can still have a resort day, right? Like.
Yeah.
Like that's
like I'm not giving up resort days. I still like like it, but I'm not saying it's better than a park day.
But Lightning Lane is just so crazy.
It was free.
Yeah. And it was the same. It's
like,
the same
you guys
thing,
all
but
have
you
just
didn't pay for
endless pockets? Come on.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that these are both two of the craziest ones in this whole bracket to me.
And like Brianna just said, like she's a Lightning Lane girl because she never had the free fast passes,
right?
Which like totally is fair.
But you can't say it's better than fast pass because you never experienced it.
But I'm just saying, like it was the same thing. It's just you didn't have to pay for it.
Literally,
like, I never had fast. Like I mean, I guess I did, but like I don't remember. But I can just imagine that
it's literally like if
wait, did we have fast pass when we went?
Yeah, you guys would have had fast pass when you went.
Oh,
yeah,
Christmas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, well,
that was when you could book it 60 days in advance on your computer.
Remember, I was on there early one morning, right at 7, and I would book everything, and it was like, oh, it's all done, and that's
literally the same.
Oh wait, and then it connected your Magic Band?
Yeah.
Yes, and then when you were in the park, as soon as you scanned in, you could check for the next one and get the next one.
I forgot because then
was
they put a price on it. It was literally the exact same. It's because I'm looking at the tickets, so I'm thinking like, oh, back in the day, like
there's Fast Pass, Fast Pass Plus. There's like different iterations of stuff.
Yeah, it was literally the exact same.
And that's what they've changed it to now. Like, that's what I think Disney did on purpose. I think they messed around with it, made it different so that you could pay for it. And then they kind of tweaked it. And now it's literally the same as what the Fast Pass Plus was. Like, that's what it was called, Fast Pass Plus.
I totally forgot. I swear I have. Like,
I know. And that's what I think a lot of people do. They have amnesia.
I totally
forgot those Fast Pass lines. The second we scanned in, refresh.
And you could pick your rides. And it would be good ones.
Any rides.
Like you could get like good rides.
But it's
you get to get Flight of Passage.
Yeah.
This is just
That's crazy. My mind is blown right now. I totally forgot that was a thing because it just recently changed. Wow.
It's you getting something for free and then getting the same thing and saying, I like it better when I pay for it. Like that's
why I have just through and through been like, I obviously I like to use it because it's great,
of course.
But we literally had it for free, you guys.
I totally
literally had it for free.
Yep. And obviously, like, I understand why that it's paid because it's like everywhere else.
Well, of course, it's a premium.
Of course.
And Universal's always done paid.
Always done paid, yeah. I also think even here going to Wonderland, they charge more than a ticket for that
Yep.
express pass. You're like,
But you can go on every
know.
ride unlimited.
Yes.
And you can just walk in and you
Yeah.
actually get on it right away.
Yeah.
So
lot of lightning lane here. Kennedy, Emily, Whittle, Caden, Hallie, and Celia, Lydia. There's lots, but then Laura's voting for the resort, and then a lot of, again, lightning lanes. Kelsey votes resorts, but just a lot of lightning lanes. So many. The old kiosks, yes, awesome. Which I love these little tickets. I think like
Yeah,
it's
like
so
that's different than the Fast Pass Plus was.
yeah.
That was hard because you used to have to run and then put your little ticket in and it would spit out a paper ticket and then your old ticket and then you'd have to go and then you couldn't get another one until you used up that one.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
But
But
Fast Pass Plus was elite.
yeah. Lightning Lane moving on. New Waffles better than the old, or Studios is a half day park?
New Waffles is better than the old. That's a crazy take.
Yeah, the waffles.
Crazy.
Yeah, because again, in my head now that I think about it, it's the same price, but you pay $1 to get the same fruit that you got before,
And it's not even the same.
and it's not the same. So mine is the waffle.
Like, I guess, yeah, mine would be the waffle because just objectively, it's just like not.
It's just not right.
When Studios, you could do it if you only wanted to do 3 things. Like, I don't know, I guess. Like, whatever.
If you wanted to have a half,
if
whatever.
you consider that doing the park, then okay.
If you're fulfilled, but if you sat down and had this waffle that my cursor's on, and then later had this one, you wouldn't feel the same.
No.
Yeah.
In my opinion. A lot of votes though for Studios, but Corey's kicking us off with waffles.
Maybe I should keep track then.
Yes, you should. Cass votes Studios, Laura as well. Melissa votes for the waffles. Sisto votes for the Studios. Olivia votes for Studios. Celia votes waffles. Lydia votes waffles. Bree votes for Studios. Wendy votes for waffles. Kennedy votes for Studios and says, "I'm so sorry, I just don't care about waffles." It's true. Waffle, like them changing the waffles is the most like if you know problem. Like other people are just like, oh, so
because I think
That's the most I've ever cared about waffles in my life.
yes.
yeah, like Sisto just said, like, are the new ones that bad? Like, I don't think the new one is bad. I just think the fact that like
Right.
they changed it from and they're trying to play it off like it's the same thing or like equivalent. It's just like it's not.
It's like it's kind of like the lightning lane. Like it's
And again, it's like, like you're paying more for a worse product.
It's very similar to the Lightning Lane Fast Pass thing.
and they're trying to trick us and make us forget. Like they made me forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we made her remember the rebellion.
Yeah.
Whittle votes for Studios. Caden votes the waffles. Becca votes waffles. Hallie votes for Studios. Brianna and Emmy vote for the waffles. Kelsey votes for Studios. So does Steve. Brianna votes waffles. Skylar votes waffles. Ozzy basically just said, if you want to be a loser and do Hollywood Studios and have to do it, so be it.
Basically.
True. Mary is here. Welcome. Says, I'm gluten-free.
Yes, Mary.
Caitlin, this sums up like the comment section. Every time is so good. Like
I know you have the best comments.
That's
the
hilarious.
best.
The
Anna
best
says,
cat.
Studios for me, but that doesn't mean I'm standing up for the waffles. Old waffles greater.
Yes.
And what's our winner?
In the morning.
In the morning.
I'm making waffles.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's
Is our
close.
winner.
No, it's not that close.
Very
Waffles.
close. Magic Kingdom is overrated versus Lightning Lane is better.
Lightning Lane.
Lightning Lane.
Wrap it up, baby.
Oh well.
I was gonna say-
No, this one might be close. This one might be close.
This one might be close. Lightning Lane is the answer.
Oh, well.
Guys, listen to my speech from last time. I'm not repeating myself a third time.
It's the
like-
same.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm like, let those lightning lanes roll in, baby.
Brianna's holding down for Magic Kingdom though. She's trying to sway the rebellion here, Caitlin.
Whatever.
Fight,
She can pay for her lightning lanes all she wants, that girl.
She took Corey's phone too, and she's typing on his phone.
Yeah, Corey's asleep and she's typing from Corey's phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Kennedy kicking us off Lightning Lane. Cass as well, Lightning Lane. Caden and Bree and Celia and Whittle all vote in Lightning Lane. Wendy and Hallie vote in Lightning Lane. Sisto votes for Magic. Anna and Elaine vote in Lightning Lane. Brianna, like I said, voting for Magic. Laura votes Lightning Lane. Lydia also voting for Magic. Leave my girl alone. Alyssa says Lightning Lane is actually crazy. It really is. It is crazy. Becca votes Lightning Lane. Like I said, Corey votes for Magic. Steve votes for Lightning Lane. Olivia votes for Magic. So does Emmy. And Kelsey, he's typing himself, you jerks. There is no cost that will keep me away from skipping a line, says Corey. Brianna votes for
Free.
Magic. Skylar votes Lightning Lane, and Brianna's calling you, as you both paid for Lightning Lane with us. So hot.
And I said, I will pay for it, but I'm not happy about it. Also, I talked them out of 2 park days to pay for Lightning Lane. So,
But that's not the argument is that Lightning Lane is better than Fast Pass.
exactly. And
Right.
I don't think it is at all in any capacity.
Our final on this side, the new waffles are better than the old versus Lightning Lane is better than Fast Pass ever was.
See, these are both black and white. Like, I don't know.
Waffles. Sorry guys, but the day that I opened my phone and I saw that on Instagram, I was so mad, and it just happened and they didn't give a warning and it was so annoying. So I'm sorry.
I don't even know if I can vote on this because
You
like
have to.
no, I know, but it's this because they're the same. Like my whole logic has been like
Right.
I
So which
can't
do
use
you-
it here because
Fair. So which do you personally agree with more?
these feel the same for me though because they're both
Brianna's gonna pay for your Lightning Lanes, guys, she said. So yeah, you can vote.
I don't know, Brandon, you gotta
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I
Brandon.
feel like okay, this is both the same of it's the same product but different, but you're paying more for something that's not as good. But the Lightning Lane is literally just the same thing paid, which I feel like is hard because it's like it's the exact same, but now it's like a new name and it's just paid. Whereas the waffle, I was so hurt by it and then tried it and it wasn't good. I think which I feel like the logic with the Lightning Lane is that if you forgot that Fast Pass Plus was a thing and you could pick multiple stuff, then I think if you thought that Lightning Lane is better than a paper Fast Pass, okay, I would get that you can do more things and whatever. But I don't agree that the waffles, but I could see how someone would maybe like, I don't know, the waffle with whipped cream and a
Just
bit of
vote.
Nutella.
Yeah,
I'm
just
voting
vote.
for Lightning Lane is better than
Just
Fast-
vote. Just vote. I know I'm out. Just vote.
Lightning Lane.
I'm like, just vote
No, it's Lightning Lane.
because you're
It's
just
hotter.
rationalizing to
I
us.
am. Sorry.
Both statements.
Lightning Lane. You guys?
I think Lightning Lane too, because I truly think that like people used to book to stay at Disney World, like at a Disney resort, so that they could do the 60-day fast pass
Yep.
versus the 30-day fast pass,
Yeah.
Yep.
and that it was free.
Yep.
So I genuinely think that that is the hotter take.
Ozzy.
I'm gonna vote Lightning Lane because with the waffles, you're getting
You're at least
it's a waffle for a waffle.
Yeah.
And you were paying for it before and you're still paying for it. It's
Mhm.
worse now, but it's less egregious than having something free and then just slapping a price tag on it.
Fair.
So
Where we at? Kennedy, Lightning Lane. Brianna votes waffles. Lydia, Laura, Sisto, and Bree all voting for Lightning Lane. Corey votes for waffles. Caden and Whittle and Olivia all vote for Lightning Lane. Sisto just says these waffles, man. So funny. Wendy votes for Lightning Lane. So does Kelsey and Emmy. Celia votes for the waffles. So does Alyssa. Skylar votes for Lightning Lane. Becca votes for the waffles. Where are we at here? Anna and Elaine vote for Lightning Lanes. Kelsey votes for Lightning Lanes. Riley votes for waffles. We literally got one the week before they changed it. Olivia says, what? Oh, free is yes, Lightning Lane for Steve. Yes.
Mhm.
Olivia says, wait, never mind. I pick waffle now because now talking about this waffle is making me miss it more. Brianna votes for Lightning Lane. Hallie votes waffles. Mary votes for Lightning Lane.
Lightning
What
Lane.
is it?
Lightning Lane is the winner to go up against on the other side. I forget what it is,
I forget what it is too.
to be honest. And it is Haunted Mansion
Mansion.
is the worst ride at Magic Kingdom versus Lightning Lane is better than Fast Pass.
I think I'm fired up too. I gotta calm down with the lightning lane before I make my final decision because I think I'm still too fired up about the lightning lanes.
No,
Awesome.
I voted against Haunted Mansion on
Yeah,
the last
that's
vote.
fair.
Like,
Yeah, you
this is
did.
Lightning Lane 100% for me. My vote.
I agree. I think that's a hotter take than Haunted
If
Mansion.
you're again, if you're scared of dark spookiness, maybe you don't like Haunted Mansion, and it's just your worst. Like, it instantly is just your least favorite because of that.
Yep.
So, Lightning Lane, no justification at all.
You agree?
Yeah, I
Everyone.
agree.
Caitlin, what do you think?
I think I agree.
Agree. We're all in agreement. We'll see what everyone else has to say to decide our winner. Where are we at here? Kennedy votes Lightning Lane. Corey and Brianna vote Haunted Mansion. Lydia votes Haunted Mansion. So does Laura. Nicole is voting for the Lightning Lane. Celia votes Haunted Mansion. Caden votes Lightning Lane. Olivia votes Haunted Mansion.
Wait, so can you just go back to
Yeah, Haunted Mansion, Lightning Lane.
Haunted Mansion, Lightning Lane. Yep.
And Elaine vote Lightning Lane. So does Wendy. Sister was on the edge of his seat. I love that. Hallie votes Lightning Lane. So does Becca. Melissa votes Haunted Mansion. How is bumping back and forth on a metal track breathing cats fumes better? Steve votes Lightning Lane. Emmy votes Haunted Mansion. Bree and Jeremy are voting for Lightning Lane ×2. Mary votes for Lightning Lane, even though I've had the best naps of my life on Haunted Mansion. Love that. So there will be votes maybe coming in, but overwhelming winner. Lightning Lane is better than Fast Pass ever was. Now, there will be a part 2 coming soon within the next month or so, because there were so many that we've been here for 2.5 hours. Imagine if we put all of them in here, we'd be here forever. So
We'd be asleep.
yeah,
24-hour live.
there will be a part 2. There's a lot of hot takes in that one as well. I tried to break up some really hot ones that were in this one and put some really hot ones over there. And that was, if your hot take wasn't read, it'll be in part 2. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Anytime.
Hopefully this was so fun. We'll leave all of their links here down below. For all of you that were here, thank you so much. If it was your first time, this was our whole month of going live every Friday. We still will go live though next month for 2 times in April, which will be so fun. We go every other Friday. Got lots of fun stuff planned. In terms of some videos on our channel, we had our pin event video, my first video working 9 to 5 with my new job. Caitlin has lots of good stuff over there, so check out all of their Disney World vlogs, all the day in the life things and all the fun stuff. So many things over there.
If you like pin stuff, then she's gonna have.
I was gonna say she'll have her video as well with the pin event.
Yeah, pin event's going up on Monday.
So fun. So you can see her perspective. I feel like that your video was probably more
it's more like this. Let's be real. It's chaos.
A lot of giggles, a lot of laughs, a lot of Austin saying stay on track.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's coming. So again, we just thank you guys. And the hair, yeah, look.
Thank you.
Wow.
So much, guys.
Bree says need Brianna and Corey in part 2 with all 4 all of us. We'd be here forever.
We could only
honestly
2 hot takes.
we would be it'd be 11 and we'd say we still have a whole I feel like that's what would happen. But yeah, check out all the things, the pod, the channel, all the fun stuff. We appreciate you all so much. To everybody in here, have a great night. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you on Monday for a new video and in a couple weeks live once again.
And remember, it's always sunny.
Bye.